hits the three. Nice looking shot.
To Folkers, back at the Grant, long three, got it!
Nice. Cash attacks. Double, almost triple teamed, out to Connell, deep three. Wow. Hit it. That's a three for South Loop.
I have to make sure I set my cruise control when I drive after I watch this event.
Yeah, exactly. Car 204, the Yellow Viper of Ryan Firstenau. Hello to all our viewers out there. Thank you very much for tuning in. You get a look at where we're talking to you from.
You get second, 6 and now 5. Pandorf atop of the key 3. Good! Pandorf at the buzzer. Johnson hammered out towards center. Holm going back. Holm will dive, and did he make the catch? He did! Caden Holm, a diving catch across his body to the right.
Ball comes out of there. Who's going to hop on top of it? It's going to be scooped up by Cooksley. Inside the 30, the 20, 15, 10. Can he get there? He can. It's 6 points for Sandhill Thedford on defense. The scoop and score.
Calderos sends it in the corner to Santos. A three, got it. His third from downtown in the quarter.
With the bounce, gets it into Ryan. Nice post move, lays it up and in and scores 2.
10.2 seconds left. Plays it out to Pandorf, top of the key. Long three, she puts it up, and that's going to go.
And they turn it over, does Hyannis. More could be showtime. Goes up and jams it. What a way to end the half for Mullen.
Finney lost it to Cash Gracie. Cash runs forward, dunks it. And looks over at his fellow students in the student section on the far side and gives a fist pump.
Pass to the elbow to Jackson Henry. Handoff Loy. Loy picked up by Miller. Loy bounces it inside to Henry. He'll put it up and score! And Ansley Litchfield has their first lead of the game.
That's a good-looking car out of Laramie, Wyoming again.
Can't get it to go. Lance Jones the rebound. Throws it ahead to Cash Gracie. He puts it home with one hand on the dunk.
The 3-2 pitch, swung on, and a little blooper to right field. That's a base hit. Bo's going to win. Coming in to score the winning run is Caden McKean. And Broken Bow wins the Mid-Nebraska League Championship game in walk-off fashion. Carter Johnson, a little flare to right field. Found the outfield grass. And Broken Bow has won the Mid-Nebraska League Championship.
He's just a strong
Twin Loop Wolves. Radio coverage of our opening match is being brought to you by the Twin Loop Boosters, Mills Hardware, Louie's Body Shop, Tumbleweed Cafe, and Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill, Dairy Queen, Prairie Eye Care, Callaway Market, South Loop Community Pharmacy, Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, Agribest Feeds, Rain Dance Repair, and Rocks Underground. Our opening match, South Loop against Twin Loop, coming up on KBBN Radio.
The Twin Loop Wolves is being brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters, whose members include 4W Delaney and the Ritz Cafe, Agland ATV, Burwell Family Practice PC, Burwell Pharmacy, Calumet Outfitters, Central Nebraska Electric, the City of Sargent, Corner Stop, Diamond Ring Ranch, Don and Sue Shada, Fensky Farms, First National Bank, Govier Brothers Mortuary and Crematory, and Great Western Gas Company. Enjoy the broadcast brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters.
Mills Hardware is proud to support the local athletes. From painting to tools, sporting goods to office supplies, Mills Hardware is the place to go. Always remember, if they don't have it, they will try to get it for you. They have 155 different suppliers that they work with and offer services like hunting, fishing, and park permits, key making, and more. They thank you for your continued patronage of their store. You're very important to them. Thank you from the Mills Hardware and Feed team.
Louie's Body Shop in Sargent is your complete auto repair shop. They offer auto body work, towing, and locksmith services too. Their 24-hour emergency number is 308-527-3502. Write it down or save it on your phone so you're ready when the unexpected happens. 527-3502 for service that you know you can count on. Louie's Body Shop in Sargent since 1962.
Fall means football, volleyball, cross-country, golf, and plenty of busy days and nights. And the Tumbleweed Cafe and Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill have you covered. Start your day with a quick, tasty breakfast or grab an easy take-and-bake casserole from Tumbleweed for those hectic evenings. After the game, head to Cracker Jack's inside the Tumbleweed building, open nightly from 5 to 10 for food, drinks, and good times. Whether it's family meals or post-game celebrations, it's all happening on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow at Tumbleweed Cafe and Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill.
Fall just got sweeter at Dairy Queen in Broken Bow. Sip into the season with the new Maple Cookie Shake, a delicious blend of world-famous DQ soft serve, creamy real milk, and just the right crunch of maple cookie crumble. It's the perfect combination of smooth, sweet, and crunchy that captures all the flavors of autumn in one single sip. Stop by DQ in Broken Bow and indulge in a shake that's made for fall days and crisp evenings. Dairy Queen, Broken Bow.
When the crowd is there, you want to bring your A game.
You've practiced hard. You've thrown, caught, run, jumped, tackled, set, and spiked plenty in practice over the years.
Then a basketball meets your face.
Next game, it happens again.
You get flashbacks of that volleyball that did the same darn thing.
I'm Dr. Jeff Sanger.
And I'm Dr. Jinsey Ross.
If you're fighting a blur other than your running speed, schedule an appointment with us at Prairie Eye Care. Whether in sports or everyday life, we want you seeing 20/20.
Prairie Eye Care is proud to support this broadcast of high school athletics.
At the Callaway Market, they're excited to offer great prices to their valued customers, thanks to the Good Buys program. This program not only helps keep prices affordable, but also gives back thousands of dollars in rewards and products. Callaway Market is known for its top quality meats and fresh, vibrant produce. On Mondays, seniors can enjoy a 10% discount. The market is open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sunday from 11 to 5. Visit Callaway Market today.
The staff at South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway is proud to be a sponsor of this sports broadcast. They support all the area athletes and are pleased to be a part of the South Loop Bobcat community. Their pharmacy provides knowledge on what is best for you and your family members. Stop in and talk to them today. South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway, knowing you by name, not just a refill number.
As October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we are reminded of the importance of annual mammograms. According to the American Cancer Society, 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. The Callaway District Hospital is proud to offer the most advanced imaging in 3D digital mammography. 3-dimensional imaging can detect new cancers sooner than regular 2D mammograms alone. Early detection is key to increasing your survival rate. Please call 308-836-2228 to schedule your 3D mammogram. The Callaway District Hospital.
And we come back to Arnold High School, getting closer to the opening serve of our opening match of 3 tonight here at the South Loop Triangular. First up, South Loop against Twin Loop. All 3 of our matches tonight, not only are they on the radio at KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com, we're also bringing you the live video stream so you can watch the action accompanied by the radio call. And as you watch the action tonight, we hope you pay attention to the business logos that are flashing across your screen, representing those who are sponsoring tonight's video stream broadcast. And they include tonight Insurance of the Heartland, Colligan of Broken Bow, Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, Meade Lumber, Grocery Cart, Nebraska State Bank, BD, Power Solutions, A1 Auto Repair, First State Insurance, and H&R Block. Again, it's Twin Loop and South Loop in our first match of the night. South Loop comes in with a record of 2-14 on the year. Their wins came against Twin Loop, so this will be the second time these two have met this season, as South Loop got the win 2-1 at the Seven Valleys Tournament in Callaway back in mid-September. South Loop's other win came against Bertrand in straight sets. That was during a triangular hosted by South Loop on September 16th. Twin Loop, they're 3-16 on the year. Their wins have come against Arthur County in a best 3-out-of-5 set match where they won 3-2. They defeated Medicine Valley 2-1 at the Seven Valleys Tournament back in September. And they edged Sand Hills Valley, who they will play later tonight, 2-1. So that kind of sets up our opening matchup of the night. Should be good competitive volleyball here tonight as we bring you South Loop, Twin Loop, and Sand Hills Valley from the South Loop Triangular. We'll have more from the Arnold High School Gymnasium after these words.
Callaway has the products you need to get ahead and stay ahead of pesky flies this year. Their Sweet Pro Lick Tubs and Redmond Salt are all available with pure garlic extract for maximum potency and pest control. They also have other fly control products to help out, like dust, rubs, fly tags, Justifly, and pour-ons. Check out Agribest Feeds for all your ranching and pet needs. Don't forget they have stuff for the humans too, like colloidal silver, real salt, boots, and gloves. Agribest Feeds behind the Community Center in Callaway.
Rich Runlet with Rain Dance Repair, proud to be your local connection for beehive, pivot monitoring, and control systems, as well as soup cup bins. Whether you're needing to get your augers up to date and bins repaired or need a new system, Rain Dance Repair can help. If you haven't heard about Beehive Smart Connected Technology, give Rich a call. He'll get you set up for monitoring and control of your pivots without subscription fees, while also saving time and money. Call Rich at Rain Dance Repair at 870-4455, your local Sioux Cup and Beehive Ag Connection.
Radio coverage of the Twin Loop Wolves is being brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters, whose members include Grant Farm Supply, Gum Auction and Realty, Hamilton Telecommunications, Hermsmeyer Agronomy, Hilltop Ranch, James and Janice Barron, Joe and Cindy Horkey, KCNI KBBN, Kraus Angus Ranch, Louie's Body Shop, Marvin and Joyce Dowse, Maverick Truck Stop and Trotter Feed, and Modern Movement LLC. Enjoy the broadcast brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters.
Rocks Underground serves Central Nebraska with expertise in water and irrigation services. Need some help? Call Rocky Dockweiler at 870-3457. Rocky salutes the student athletes of the area and all the hard work they put in each and every season and is very proud of the young men and women that live in Central Nebraska. Enjoy this broadcast, brought to you in part by Rocky Dockweiler with Rocks Underground in Oconto.
Mead Lumber of Broken Bow is your trusted partner for all your building and home improvement needs. Just like a championship team needs a strong foundation, your home and projects need quality materials and expert advice. From repairs to renovations, Mead Lumber is proud to support our local athletes and community. Whether you're building a new project or fixing your home, Mead Lumber helps keep Custer County strong. Happy to support this broadcast, Mead Lumber in Broken Bow.
And we come back to the Arnold High School Gymnasium, getting ready for our opening match of the night as South Loop gets ready to take on Twin Loop. This sports broadcast is being brought to you by Fort County Heating and Air. Owners Brian and Austin serve the area with more than 20 years of combined experience in the industry. Call for a free estimate and timely service. Fort County Heating and Air in Broken Bow. You can reach them at 872-2258. They bring you tonight's starting lineups. We'll start with the Lady Wolves of Twin Loop. The libero tonight is a freshman, Kinley Keith. Also in the starting lineup, Sierra Slagle, outside hitter, a sophomore. Jalen Blackburn, one of the middles, she's a sophomore. Jalen Young, outside hitter, senior. Carson Vincent, setter, senior. Cooper Keefe, middle hitter, senior. And Lorena Shada, also setter, a senior. Those are the starters for Twin Loop. Head coach is Tammy Phillips. Meanwhile, for the South Loop Lady Bobcats, they'll go like this. The libero is Charlie Pandorf, a 5'6 junior. Ray Hagler is a setter, 5'6 sophomore. Also in the starting lineup, a freshman, Gracie Brennan, 5'5. Olivia Fitzgerald, 5'4 sophomore. Nashe Heidel, a 5'6 senior. Nelcha Reif, 5'6 senior. And Aubrey Burkle, a 5'9 senior. The starters for South Loop. Their head coach is Michelle Preston. Brent Apperson joined now by Larry Cotner. Welcome aboard, my friend. Larry will be with us calling tonight's action. And here we go.
And it should be a lot of a good competitive night. These two teams, along with the third team here, Sand Hills Valley, they've had some struggles, but they've had some successes. And they look at this as a golden opportunity here tonight to maybe pick up a couple of wins.
Also with us tonight, Jack Simpson. He's behind the camera. We're live on the radio tonight, KBBN 95.3 FM, and we're also live with our video stream as well, so you can watch the action accompanied by the radio call. They are setting up the lineups, and we're just about ready to go. Opening match of the night. Twin Loop against South Loop. Match number 2 will be Sand Hills Valley. That's the sports co-op between McPherson County and Stapleton. They'll take on Twin Loop in match 2. And then in the final match of the night, it'll be Sand Hills Valley against South Loop. Twin Loop will open with the serve, and we are ready to go with high school volleyball on Central Nebraska's Sports Source. Sending it across the net, Carson Vincent. Middle attack from Burkle. Redirects it away from the block attempt of Blackburn, and it will find the floor. The opening point of the match goes to South Loop. Nashe Heidel will be at the service line. Just underway. Opening set of our opening match. Everything best 2 out of 3 sets tonight as Heidel will send it across. Chasing after it, Twin Loop. They will get it sent back on the third. Free ball, South Loop. Hagler sets the middle for Stahlbomber, who's back in the lineup. Dug out, returned on one hit, sent back by the Bobcats. Now Twin Loop will set it up, near side attack, touched at the net, and then it hits the floor. Cooper Keefe with the kill, and we are tied at 1.
And Cooper, every once in a while, we've seen her earlier this year in one of the triangulars, and she will come at you with some heat every once in a while. Took a little bit something off of that one.
Blackburn will come out for Twin Loop. Natalie Haskell will come in. Defensive substitution in the back row as Keefe will send it across on the serve. They'll bump it up over towards Stahlbomber. Big swing, but it sails long and out. And the point goes to Twin Loop.
Well, you saw the ability of Emma Stahlbomber to reach back, and good length on her, but she couldn't quite get enough control on it to bring it within inside the back line.
Keefe ready, puts it in play, dug out, kept alive by Hagler on a beautiful play, sent over from the back row by Brennan, the freshman. Twin Loop will set the middle, the attack from Jalen Young, hit wide and out. And we're tied at 2 here in the opening set.
Tried to punch that one across and actually kind of went off the side of her knuckles, and that put a little spin to it to the left.
So now Aubrey Burkle at the service line. Burkle will put it in play. Pass to the front. Vincent sets it near side. First a whistle, and Twin Loop is in the net. So the point goes to the Bobcats. Back and forth we go in the early points of this opening set. South Loop 3, Twin Loop 2. Burkle ready, and that one fails to clear the net. Service error, and now we're tied at 3. Blackburn back into the lineup for Twin Loop to play the front row as Haskell will come out. To the service line, Jalen Young for Twin Loop. Young ready, puts it in play. They'll pass to the front. Hagler sets middle for Stahlbomber into the block of Blackburn, and it's able to find the floor. Boy, good battle at the net. Blackburn and Stahlbomber. Stahlbomber with just enough power to get that to the floor.
And Ray Hagler with a nice set up that time to set up Stahlbomber, where she got that up at its top at the peak.
Olivia Fitzgerald with the serve, and on the overpass, Emma Stahlbomber able to terminate the point as South Loop goes up 5-3.
Well, Emma didn't start tonight, and that was Nelsa Rife, a senior, could start, but she rotated in immediately, and she's been very effective since she's come on the court.
Fitzgerald ready. Chasing after it, Twin Loop. They'll get it sent over. Rolling it over the block is Blackburn, and it will find the floor. South Loop 5, Twin Loop 4. Opening set of our opening match. Again, triangular format, so everything is best 2 out of 3 sets tonight. Play to 25 in all 3. Win by 2. Rally scoring format. Burkle on the receive of the serve. Hagler chases after it, sending it back South Loop on the third. Shada will set it up. Vincent with the attack, trying to take it down the line. Kept alive by South Loop and returned on the third. Free ball, Twin Loop, middle attack. Blackburn rolls it over the block again. There to cover Hagler. They'll go to Stahlbomber in the middle. It's long and out. Point, Twin Loop.
Did a good job of trying to catch that corner, but just a little bit on the long side.
Lorena Shada to the service line. Shada sends it across, picked up by Burkle. Hagler sets the outside. Star with the attack. Punched up at the net, but then it falls to the floor. Twin Loop not able to return, and the point goes to the Bobcats. So it's back and forth we go. 6-5 the score. South Loop with the lead as Stahlbomber will go to the service line. Emma puts it in play. Picked up by the libero, Keefe. At the net, overpass. Nashe Heidel knows what to do with that. Heidel goes up and puts it to the floor. And now South Loop leads 7-5.
Yeah, and Heidel had a good recognition there. that all of the defense had kind of jumped towards the front of the net, in front of the court, and she put it right behind them.
Stahlbomber the serve. Handled by the libero, Keefe. Shada will set it near side, setting it over Vincent. Chance for South Loop here. Hagler goes middle. Heidel, handled by the libero, Keefe. Bumped up in the air by Shada. The return by Blackburn. Played by Burkle. Now Hagler sets the middle for Heidel. Off hands, kept alive by Twin Loop. Vincent goes to the outside. The attack is long and out. With the swing for Twin Loop was Sierra Slagle. 8-5, South Loop leading here in the opening set. Stahlbomber with the serve, picked up by the libero Kinley Keefe. Lorena Shada will set the outside. Vincent sets it over the block, covered by the Bobcats. Middle attack, Heidel tries to redirect it, handled nicely by Vincent. Now Slagle with the attack, hits it wide and out. Point South Loop. Bobcats on a little bit of a run. They've opened up a lead of 9-5.
And Vincent didn't miss that by much. She went that distance on the crisscross, but put it just beyond the sideline.
Stahlbomber the serve. Out of system, Twin Loop as the ball hangs in the rafters, and that will turn into an ace.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Jalen Young, she was the only one that could play it.
Timeout on the floor. When the opening set, South Loop 10, Twin Loop 5.
Because we can help you choose insurance to help protect what matters most. Life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company can help financially protect your loved ones by replacing a portion of your income if you were to pass away. That means your family could have the help they need to continue to pursue their dreams. Contact Justin at the Justin Thompson Agency at 872-5252 today.
American Family Insurance.
Products not available in all states. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Back to Arnold High School, the site of the South Loop Triangular here this evening. Opening set of our opening match. South Loop with the lead, 10-5 over Twin Loop. Sand Hills Valley will join us later. They'll play in match 2 against Twin Loop. The final match will be South Loop and Sand Hills Valley. So out of the timeout, South Loop with the serve. Emma Stahlbomber continues at the service line. Emma ready, able to put it in play, dug out by the libero, Kinley Keefe. Nice play. Now it's Slagle on the outside pin, hits it into the antenna, and the point goes to South Loop.
South Loop's done a really good job of dictating the pace early in this match here in this first set.
Stahlbomber trying to keep this run going. That time it goes into the net. So we'll see if Twin Loop can take advantage of the service error. Nice run, though, by Stahlbomber, as South Loop has opened up a 5-point advantage here in the first set. Kinley Keefe, libero for Twin Loop at the service line. This one handled by the South Loop libero, Pandorf on the outside. Heidel with the kill.
And right now the South Loop offense really working as good as we've seen them do all year long. They're getting it to those outside hitters for an opportunity to find an angle.
Ray Hagler with the serve. Pass chased down by Shada, sending it back Blackburn. South Loop on the free ball, goes outside for Starr. Dug out in the back row by Twin Loop. The attack by Keefe is played at the net by Heidel. Now Nashe in the middle gets a swing, takes it off hands, and it will find the floor.
Nashe Heidel has been very active on that front line so far in this opening set.
13-6, South Loop here in the opening set. Hagler puts it in play. Young on the receive. Pass up into the net. Kept alive by Vincent and returned by Shada. They'll go outside for Starr this time. Handled by Jalen Young. Shada will set the middle for Blackburn. Off hands and to the floor.
And that point will be credited to Jalen Blackburn, but it was that nice dig off the net by Vincent in an area where it's sometimes tough not to have a lift called on you, but she did it very well.
Blackburn out. Natalie Haskell comes in to serve. Hagler goes outside for Burkle. Tries to redirect it. Played nicely by Vincent at the net. Sent over by Jalen Young, but first the whistle. That'll be a double contact on the return off the hands of Young, and the point goes to South Loop.
Yeah, that did look like it went off the right, then the left, and that actually helped direct that shot.
14-7, South Loop with the serve and the lead here in the opening set. Starr will send it across. Picked up by Haskell in the middle. Keefe redirects it, dug out by Starr. They'll bump it in the air over toward Burkle, who sends it across on the third, and it is a little bit wide. It's out, point, Twin Loop. Twin Loop with the serve. Carson Vincent will send it across. Picked up by Fitzgerald. Now Nashe Heidel hitting off the right pin. Handled by Twin Loop. Keefe will set it over. Played nicely at the net by Fitzgerald. Now Olivia going to get a swing. Handled by Haskell in the back row. Keefe with the attack for Twin Loop. Takes it down the line and scores the point. Cooper Keefe with the kill.
Excellent placement that time for Cooper Keefe. Has not a lot on that one, but she just directed it perfectly into that open corner.
Carson Vincent to the service line. Serve on its way, picked up by Fitzgerald. Hagler bumps it in the air toward Heidel, and Heidel's able to take it off the hands of Young at the net for the point. South Loop 15, Twin Loop 9. We play in the opening set. Heidel with the serve, sends it good. It caught the back line. Well, Twin Loop stepped away from it, and I thought they made the right decision. It kind of looked like it might go long, but it caught the line.
I thought the same thing, Brent. I thought that was going to go a little long.
It's an ace, 16-9, South Loop. This time, that one does go a little bit wide. So Heidel misses on that serve. She will come out. Addison Stump will come in to replace her. Your score is 16-10 in favor of South Loop here in the opening set. Cooper Keefe at the service line for Twin Loop. Good serve picked up by Pandorf. Pass into the net, and it will fall to the floor. That'll be an ace for Keefe as Twin Loop tries to fight back here in the opening set.
Quite often you can play it low off the net, but if it comes in there slowly, you really don't get a lot of momentum to bring it up.
Cooper Keefe just got over the net. Played, though, by Hagler. Pandorf bumps it over toward Stahlbomber, but taking over Fitzgerald on the return. Now the attack from Slagle goes cross court, but hits it wide and out. It'll be a point for South Loop.
Boy, and that lead that South Loop established earlier in this set of about 5 to 7 points, they've been able to maintain that.
Burkle with the serve. Bumping it up, Vincent over toward Jalen Young, sets it across. Free ball South Loop. They'll go outside for the attack from Fitzgerald, who delivers.
And with a lot of velocity off that left side.
Olivia Fitzgerald, a sophomore, with the kill. South Loop leading now 18-11 here in the opening set. Aubrey Burkle to the service line. Burkle ready, that one into the net. Service air, point Twin Loop. Blackburn will come back into the match. Haskell will come out. To the service line, Jalen Young, the senior. Twin Loop trying to fight back into this opening set. Serve handled by Stump. Good pass. Middle attack. Stahlbomber blocked back. Kept alive, though, by South Loop. Hagler sets it over. Now a chance for Twin Loop. Middle attack. Blackburn into the net. Point South Loop.
Well, she knew what she wanted to do with it, but just mistimed her jump on that swing.
Asa Starr back into the lineup for South Loop as the libero Pandorf will come out. Fitzgerald with the serve, puts it in play. Shada will bump it up over toward Blackburn, who takes it off the hands of Stahlbomber for the kill.
Boy, not an easy hit either for Blackburn, as she was standing almost out of bounds, actually was out of bounds, had to bring it back in and did a good job of knocking it off hands.
Lorena Shada at the service line. Handled by Stahlbomber. Stump back over to Stahlbomber. Gets a swing. Played by the libero Kinley Keefe. Outside attack Vincent. Rolls it over the block. Covered by the libero Pandorf, who's back in. Now Starr at the net. Gets it over. First a whistle. And South Loop went across the middle line. Point Twin Loop. South Loop 19. Twin Loop 14. As we play in set number one. Lorena Shana with the serve. Oh, the receive by Pandorf went up off the ceiling, hit a light, and came straight down. No chance for a return. Twin Loop gets the point, and South Loop's going to take time out. We're in the opening set. South Loop 19, Twin Loop 15.
They know staying in the game is your top priority. With locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, and Gothenburg, they're proud to support local athletes with expert care and personalized rehab. Reach them at 872-5111. Whether you're recovering from an injury or working to improve your performance, their team is dedicated to helping you get back stronger and faster. Reach out to Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111 or visit myteampt.com. Enjoy the broadcast brought to you by Team Physical Therapy.
And we are back to the Arnold High School Gymnasium. We're in the opening match of our triangular here tonight. South Loop leading Twin Loop 19-15 in the opening set. South Loop's led by as many as 7 in this set, but now Twin Loop has it to within 4 as Lorena Shada will continue at the service line out of the timeout. Played by Stump. Hagler bumps it over towards Starr, gets a swing. Punched up in the air by Shada. Middle attack, Blackburn. It's good.
And you can feel that momentum now with the Lady Wolves. They've been down this entire set, but they've kind of found their own groove now.
Jaylyn Blackburn, the kills leader for Twin Loop on the season, comes up with a big one there. And the Wolves are to within 3. Shada floats it over. Played by Pandorf. Middle attack, Stahlbomber. The swing off hands and to the floor.
Well, that's almost like slow motion after it went off Blackburn's hands. It just kind of hung there. And Twin Loop just really not a timely reaction, but it was going to be a tough play.
The first to 20 is South Loop. They lead 20-16. Stahlbomber at the service line. Played by Young, and that'll be an ace. Boy, that serve just kind of tailed away from Jaylyn a little bit. She was able to get a hand on it, but Twin Loop not able to return. An ace serve for Stahlbomber. Ace serve brought to you by Pinnacle Bank during our South Loop matches here tonight as Stahlbomber serves it into the net, and it will be a point for Twin Loop.
She had a pretty good run earlier in this set.
Kinley Keefe, the libero for Twin Loop with the serve, handled by Stahlbomber. On the outside pin, Heidel able to take it off the hands of Blackburn and find the floor. Nashe Heidel with a very good opening set collects another kill.
Yeah, she's played that front line very strong tonight.
And now South Loop closing in on set number 1. They lead 22-17. Hagler with the serve, puts it in play. Back set for Blackburn, into the net. Point South Loop. South Loop 23, Twin Loop 17. Opening set of our opening match. The serve by Hagler. Handled this time by Blackburn. Now the pass into the net. Twin Loop not able to return. And it is set point coming up for the Bobcats. Hagler will serve for the set with South Loop up 24-17. Shada off the pass. Goes to Blackburn. Handled by Hagler. Tipped over by Burkle, but the tip is wide and out. Point Twin Loop, and will play on here in the opening set. But it's set point number 2 now for the Bobcats at 24-18. Jaylyn Blackburn, the serve in play, picked up by Stahlbomber. Heidel's going to set it for Burkle, gets a swing. Able to be played, though, by Twin Loop. Here's Cooper Keefe. The swing into the net. Point South Loop. And the Lady Bobcats will take the opening set against Twin Loop by a score of 25-18. Set number 2 is coming up next. You're listening to high school volleyball coverage on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
In the state of Nebraska, then go Big Red. And Geared for Sports in Broken Bow is ready to help you cheer for the Huskers. New Husker gear arrivals are hitting the racks in men's and women's sizes, perfect for showing your team's spirit. Don't let basketball and wrestling season sneak up on you without getting your hands on the gear you need. Visit Geared for Sports, west side of the square in Broken Bow, open Monday to Friday 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4.
If your yard smells like a science experiment gone wrong, it's time to call Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing. Scott and Colton specialize in septic tank pumping and installation. No job is too big, too small, or, too smelly. Duda Plumbing serves Broken Bow and surrounding communities with quick, reliable service that keeps things flowing where they should be flowing. So before your backyard turns into a biohazard zone, call the pros. Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
Attention Nebraska farmers. At Custer Federal State Bank, we know that agriculture is more than a job, it's a way of life. That's why we're proud to offer agricultural loans tailored to your needs. Whether you're looking to expand your operations, purchase new equipment, or manage daily expenses, our experienced team is here to help. With competitive rates, personalized service, we're your partners in growth. Visit Custer Federal State Bank today, where your future grows. Custer Federal State Bank, rooted in Nebraska, growing with you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, as we make the set change, Thrivent Financial is proud to support the area teams as they work hard to achieve their goals. Representative Scott Harvey wants to help you with your financial goals by creating a strategy that reflects your priorities and protects what matters most to you. For insurance, investments, or planning for retirement, call Scott Harvey and Thrivent Financial at 872-2511. Well, throughout the South Loop matches tonight, you will hear South Loop Ace Serves being brought to you by Pinnacle Bank in Arnold because they love the Bobcats. They are proud to help bring this sports broadcast to you and hope you stop to see them soon in Arnold. Brent Apperson, Larry Kottner with you behind the mic. Jack Simpson with us behind the camera. We are live on KBBN 95.3 FM, KBBN.com. We're also live with our video stream so you can watch the action accompanied by the radio call. You can access the live video stream feed on the Sand Hills Express Facebook page and Sand Hills Express YouTube channel. Opening match of 3 tonight. The opening set went to South Loop by a score of 25-18. South Loop will open with the serve here in set number 2.
We're about a week and a half away from the MNAC drawings. And right now is these 3 teams that are playing here tonight in this triangular, sitting 6th, 7th, and 8th. Coming in, Twin Loop would be number 6, South Loop 7, and Sand Hills Valley 8th. And they're gonna this is gonna be a big triangular in seeding possibilities. I don't think they can catch the 4-5s, which is in Semmelmurner and Arthur County a little bit later.
Nashe Heidel with the serve as we start playing the second set. Big swing from Jalen Young, played though by South Loop. The return by Fitzgerald at the net. Pass not able to be handled. And the opening point of our second set goes to South Loop. Bobcats up a set, take the opening point of set number 2. Heidel continues at the service line. Nashe sends it into the net. Service error, and we're tied at 1.
And by the way, if that tournament was to be held right now, Sand Hills, Thedford, and Mullen would be the top 2 seeds in the tournament. Those could change a little bit. Brady's also in the mix of that.
Cooper Keefe with the serve. Handled nicely by Stump. Outside attack, Stall Bomber. That's into the net. 4 hits will be the official call, and Twin Loop takes the lead 2-1.
We talked about her length earlier, and she reached back for that one, but it took all her strength to try to get it across and just short.
Cooper the serve, played by the libero Pandorf. Hagler will set it up for Burkle, redirects it there to cover Shada. Middle attack, Young takes it off the hands of Stallbomber, played though by Fitzgerald. Now Fitzgerald at the net, sets it over and finds the floor.
And Brent, that one was all about timing. She just kind of dinked it a little bit to where it was Young just almost getting a hand on it, but not enough to get it back across.
Substitution for South Loop. Burkle will come out. The freshman Brennan will come in, and she'll go to the service line. Gracie will send it across, picked up by the libero Kinley Keefe. They go outside to Young. Sets it over the block, covered by Pandorf. Middle attack, Stallbomber over the net, punched up in the air by Shada. Now back the other way, it's Slagle who takes it off hands and scores the kill.
And that was a nice, quick run offense by Twin Loop to set that one up.
3-2, Twin Loop leading here in the second. Jalen Young to the service line for the Wolves. Young will float it over, handled by Stump. Hagler bumps it in the air. At the net, nobody able to play it. And the point goes to Twin Loop. Four to 2, Twin Loop leading in the second set. South Loop leads the match 1-0. Jalen Young puts it in play. Stump on the receive. Hagler quick set over. Covered, though, by Vincent. Now Shada goes middle to Blackburn. The swing and the kill.
Well, that little break in between sets has really given Twin Loop an opportunity to kind of reset and recharge. They've come out played better on the offensive end in this set.
Young puts the serve in play. Hagler off the pass. Goes middle to Stahlbomber. Look out. My gracious, Emma Stahlbomber with the kill.
And if you can give the sophomore that kind of look with a nice set up there high, she can hammer that one home.
Fitzgerald to the service line. And the serve into the net. Service error, point Twin Loop. Lady Wolves lead in the second set, 6-3. Again, this is our opening match of the night. Sandhills Valley will join us. They'll play in matches 2 and 3 against Twin Loop and South Loop, respectively. Serve on the way from Lorena Shada. Hagler hustles to it, sets up Starr on the outside, dug out by Shada. Now a middle attack from Blackburn, tries to place it, and she just missed the line.
Well, and that was very unfortunate for the Lady Wolves because she put that in a nice place, and it was to where South Loop really had to chase it down. Couldn't catch up to it, but it was out of bounds.
Stahlbomber, the serve, picked up by Young. Shada off the pass, goes up toward the net, and it will not be able to be returned. Vincent did what she could. The pass was into the net, and Carson just really didn't have an opportunity to get it over the net. So the point goes to South Loop, and now the Bobcats can tie up the set. Lorena Shada goes middle for Blackburn, reaches back, sends it over, and it will get to the floor.
And that was a good job of keeping South Loop off balanced with that one.
Twin Loop 7, South Loop 5 as we play in the second set. South Loop leads the match 1-0. Pandorf on the receive of serve. Outside attack, Heidel. It goes long and out. Oh, we got touch. Touch is the call. And the point will go to South Loop.
It doesn't take much of a touch for it to be a touch. It can just be a little flicker, and that's all it takes.
Now Ray Hagler at the service line. South Loop trying to get it tied here in the second set. Shada back set for Blackburn. Block back, and it will be kept alive by Kinley Keefe. And Twin Loop somehow gets it over the net, and it goes to the floor.
What hustle from Jalen Young. First of all, Brent, I wasn't sure she was going to get to it. She just swung at it, got it up high enough to where it just cleared the net. What a beautiful play by Young.
And a nice play, too, by Kinley Keefe to get to it the first time, to just keep that in play. Now the middle attack for Heidel. Big swing kept alive by Shada. Outside attack, Cooper Keefe redirects it, but it stays on the Twin Loop side. Just never got it over the net. And the point will go to South Loop. Asa Starr to the service line for the Bobcats. Able to put it in play. They'll pass to the front. Vincent goes middle to Cooper Keefe. Played by Stahlbomber at the net. Hagler keeps it alive. Heidel with the swing and the kill for Nashe Heidel.
And she continues to be consistent on that front line. She has been keeping Twin Loop on their hind feet.
8-all in the second set. South Loop up 1-0. Starr with the serve, puts it in play. Vincent hustles to it, sets up Jalen Young. Now Heidel in the middle again. Another big swing kept alive at the net by Young. Sent back by Burkle, dug out by Vincent at the net. Kept alive by Twin Loop for the moment and sending it back. Kinley Keefe. It'll go off the right hand of Stahlbomber in the back row, and Twin Loop able to fight and get another, really what you would call defensive point.
Yeah, and that's twice now in this set that Twin Loop has been able to keep it alive. Kinley Keefe, the freshman's been a part of both of them.
Vincent with the serve. Ray Hagler will set middle for Burkle over the block. Covered in the back row by Haskell, who's back in. Now Shada with the attack, and it is out. Missed the back line. Point, South Loop.
Boy, and that did. We had a great look at it over here. It missed by about an inch or two.
Heidel at the service line. Picked up by the libero, Kinley Keefe, over towards Shada. She'll set it over. Free ball, South Loop. Hagler goes middle for Stahlbomber. Look out. Stahlbomber, another vicious swing.
Sophomore starting to come in to form here in the middle part of the year here.
10-9. South Loop now has taken the lead here in set number 2. Heidel the serve, puts it in play. Vincent bumps it up toward the net. Young, blocked back by Stahlbomber.
Well, you can't teach height.
Timeout, Twin Loop. South Loop leads the match 1-0. They lead in the second, 11-9.
October, when you shop at Gateway Motors, not only will you get a great set of wheels, but you'll be helping a great cause as well. Gateway Motors has partnered with Melham Medical Center and Sandhill Strong this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A percentage of every single vehicle sold at Gateway in October will benefit breast cancer patient care, mammograms, cancer screenings, follow-up care, and other patient needs. Buy a car, do some breast cancer awareness good at Gateway Motors in Broken Bow.
Your friends at Kling Financial are honored to help with any of your health and life insurance questions, as well as any retirement planning needs you may have. Reach them at 872-6810. Kling Financial. You'll find them in downtown Broken Bow at 940 South D Street. Brent and Larry back with you behind the microphone. Jack Simpson behind the camera. We're live on radio and on video as Nashe Heidel serves it out of the timeout. Handled by Kinley Keefe. Over to Cooper Keefe for the attack. Off hands, kept alive by Pandorf. Hagler goes over toward Fitzgerald, who hits it into the net. South Loop 11, Twin Loop 10 here in set number 2. Again, it was South Loop taking the opening set by a score of 25-18. Cooper Keefe at the service line. Keefe ready, sends it across. Picked up by Stump, overpass, sent back by Slagle. Kept alive, though, by Burkle. Now Fitzgerald with the attack. Goes long and out. Point, Twin Loop, and the Wolves have tied it back up here in the second set.
Got to point out, by the way, that there's a pretty good crowd on hand here in Arnold for South Loop, considering they've also got football tonight.
Cooper Keefe with the serve, received by Pandorf. Over towards Stahlbomber, the swing. Punched up by Haskell, comes down hard off the ceiling, and Twin Loop will not be able to return.
Yeah, really not much that Slagle could do with that one. Too close to the net, too close to the sideline.
12-11. South Loop leading now, set number 2. Brennan, the freshman, will come in for Burkle. Brennan to the service line. Brennan puts it in play, dug out, kept alive by Twin Loop. They'll chase and send it back on the third. Hagler bumps it up for Stahlbomber, the swing into the net. Point, Twin Loop.
Overswung on that one.
12 all in the second. Haskell out, Blackburn in. Blackburn will play the front row as Jalen Young will go to the service line for the Wolves. Young sends it across. Hagler will set middle, joust, and putting it down is Blackburn. I say joust, that may have been more of an overpass, really, as Blackburn had it come over to her side and was able to terminate the point.
Yeah, the set was intended for Stahlbomber, but it was better for Blackburn on that side.
Shank pass kept alive by Stahlbomber and returned by Pandorf, and it will go to the floor. Boy, we've seen a few of those from each team tonight where they just scramble. It's kind of a defensive return, and they get a point out of it.
Well, and Emma Stahlbomber's length played into a part there. She reached out and just barely got a hold of that, and Pandorf able to send it across.
Twin Loop sets up the attack for Blackburn, and that'll get down for the kill.
Nice effort from Stump down the back row, but really couldn't direct it once she hit it.
Twin Loop 14, South Loop 13. We are in set number 2. South Loop leads the match 1-0. Lorena Shana will put it in play. Stump off the pass, back sets it for Stahlbomber, into the block, sent back, returned back by Stahlbomber. South Loop with it on their side again. Chasing Hagler, she'll get it over, and on the overpass, J. Lynn Blackburn says thank you and terminates the point.
Wow, she's playing a strong front line right now for the Lady Wolves of Twin Loop.
Twin Loop 15, South Loop 13. Lorena Shana will put it in play. Hagler goes outside to Starr, the swing over the block. Played in the back row by Young. Middle attack for Blackburn again, and it is through the block and good. Twin Loop must have this set to extend the match, and they now lead in set number 2, 16-13. Shada with the serve. Stump over to Starr, who will send it back on the third. Free ball, Twin Loop. Set up middle for Blackburn, and this time it's wide and out.
Yeah, she had a good idea. She saw an open lane off to the left, but just hit it a little too hard.
Emma Stahlbomber to the service line. Nashe Heidel is checked back in to play the front as Stahlbomber puts it in play. Shada will set middle for Blackburn, rolls it over the block, covering the libero Pandorf. Heidel in the middle, and that is good because they got Twin Loop in the net. And now South Loop can get it tied back up here in set number 2. Stahlbomber at the service line. Emma Reddy puts it in play, picked up by the libero, Kinley Keefe. Set up middle, Blackburn off hands, covered by Stahlbomber. They go outside for Starr. The swing trying to go down the line, punched up in the air by Shada. Back the other way, it's Slagle. It's long and out, and we are tied at 16.
And this is, so far tonight, South Loop has had their most success. Emma Stahlbomber has been back there at the service line.
Yeah, this has been a good rotation for South Loop tonight. Stahlbomber just got it over the net, dug out and returned by Kinley Keefe. Burkle will set it over towards Starr. The swing and the kill. And South Loop, after trailing, has come back and taken the lead, 17-16 in set number 2. Stahlbomber the serve. Picked up by Young. Overpass. Heidel with a swing. Overpass again. Heidel again. And it's good on the back line.
How about that recognition by Heidel? She hit it hard the first time. Came right back to her. She saw that there was a little bit more of an opening off to the right side that time. Put it right where it needed to be.
Man, Nashe is having a match here tonight. As Stahlbomber will send it across. Twin Loop trying to dig in. They need a side out here. Blackburn at the net. Overpass sent back by Hagler, but playing it Twin Loop, and then Blackburn able to lob it over the block and to the floor.
Yeah, that was a nice shot there. Sometimes it's not the velocity. Sometimes it's the placement.
Boy, that was a big point for Twin Loop. Now they can get it tied up here in this second set. Hagler at the net, sends it over. Nice cover by the libero, Kinley Keefe. Now it's Cooper at the net. Flicks it across. Played by South Loop on the outside. Starr. Handled by the libero, Kinley Keefe. Now back over to Cooper. And that will be off the right hand of Stahlbomber. Out of bounds, point Twin Loop.
Yeah, I think she debated whether to play it or not. It was going to be very close to that back line, one way or the other.
Kinley Keefe will serve it across as we break the 18-all tie. Heidel, big swing, and another kill from Nashe Heidel.
Boy, is she feeling it or what?
South Loop 19, Twin Loop 18. Ray Hagler at the service line, puts it in play. Lorena Shada back sets it for Blackburn into the block and to the floor.
Well, Blackburn's just had a great game as well on the other side for Twin Loop.
Blackburn out, Haskell in to go to the service line. We are tied at 19. We're in set number 2. South Loop won the first. Haskell puts it in play. Chasing after it, South Loop. Burkle will get a swing, and it will be pinned at the net, and then a lift will be called. Point, South Loop.
Yeah, that's a little difficult, but Yeah, once you kind of pin it like that, you're going to be called for that lift.
First to 20 in set number 2 is South Loop. They lead by a point. Number 20 will serve it. Stars sends it across at the net. It's Keith, hits it into the net. Point to South Loop. Bobcats lead 21-19 in the second. South Loop trying to take the match, and we've got a timeout by Twin Loop. South Loop leads 1-0. They lead in the second, 21-19.
Lock the doors and turn on the lights at the grocery cart. We're excited to serve you with a smile and helpfulness that can't be matched. Our staff is happy to help bring you this sports broadcast. It's our mission to offer you great prices in a store that is clean, organized, and convenient. Connect with us online at gkbrokenbow.com or come by and shop 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. East Highway to Broken Bow.
Big shout out to First State Insurance in Arnold for supporting the South Loop Bobcats by sponsoring this broadcast. Whether you need home, auto, or business coverage, First State has you covered. Stop by their office in Arnold and let Becky or Taylor take care of you, just like they take care of the Bobcats. Out of the timeout, South Loop with the serve, leading 21-19 here in set number 2. Star with serve. Handled nicely by Jalen Young. Oh, great play at the net by Vincent. South Loop thought she was going to set it to one of the hitters. Instead, she sent it over the net, and no one was there to cover.
Yeah, Lady Bobcats just were not ready for that play.
Served by Vincent. Hagler sets it up for Heidel. Trying to go cross court. Dug out and returned on one hit. Hagler will go to Heidel again. Times the jump. Blocked back by Young. Here's Fitzgerald on the outside pin. Sets it over the block. Pass into the net. Point, South Loop.
I was going to go back and say, Brent, that was a big timeout for Twin Loop by Tammy Phillips at the time. They didn't want it to get to 22-19.
Heidel with the serve. Vincent to Cooper Keefe. Sets it deep. Covered by Heidel. Now Stahlbomber in the middle. Sets it over the block. Covered by Vincent. Near side attack, Cooper Keefe off hands, played in the back row by Heidel. Outside for Fitzgerald, the swing, punched up in the air by Haskell, kept alive by Kinley Keefe, returned by Cooper. Burkle will pass it to Hagler, who goes middle to Stahlbomber, takes it off hands, covered though by Haskell in the back row. Now Shada trying to get it over, played by Heidel. Bumped up in the air for Stahlbomber again, the swing dug out by Kinley Keefe. Now over to Vincent, who sends it back. Free ball, South Loop at the net. Keefe is going to hit it twice, and the point will go to South Loop.
Tried to dink it over with the right hand, came up short, and it came right back at her in reaction with the left hand, and that was it.
23-20, South Loop serving, leading by 2. The serve by Heidel. Kinley Keefe will play it at the net. Jalen Young tips it over. Played by Burkle. Over to Fitzgerald, sets it over. Dug out by Vincent. Shada will go middle to Young, into the net. And it is set and match point for South Loop. Match point for South Loop at 24-20 in set number 2. Heidel will serve it, puts it in play. Dug out by Haskell. Cooper Keefe into the net, and South Loop wins their 3rd match of the year as they hold off Twin Loop in straight sets. South Loop 25-18 in the first, 25-20 in the second. We'll be back after this.
Broken Bow is your trusted local source for all your auto repair and maintenance needs. From oil changes and tire sales to complete vehicle repairs, their skilled team offers honest, reliable service to keep your car running smoothly and safely. Whether it's routine maintenance or an unexpected repair, Trotter Service is dedicated to getting you back on the road quickly and with confidence. Trotter Service, your hometown automotive repair and tire store.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Hi, this is Nate Bell with High Street Insurance and Financial Services in Broken Bow. See us online at hsip.com. See possible.
Cattle producers, Arrow Seed is your one-stop shop for power fencing needs. Arrow Seed has all the supplies, including high-tensile wire, posts, insulators, and energizers to build or replace a solar, electric, or battery-operated system. They offer products from Gallagher, the most practical, affordable, and dependable range of animal management systems on the market. Should anything ever go wrong with your Gallagher Energizer, you won't have to send it off somewhere to be repaired. Most often it can be repaired right at Arrow Seed. Get your Gallagher power fence and supplies from Arrow Seed on North 10th Avenue, Broken Bow.
In sports and in life, the right game plan makes all the difference. At Nebraska State Bank, they're proud to support the area teams and help the community reach their goals. From your first checking account to your dream home loan, Nebraska State Bank is there to help you play to win. With personal and business banking, home and ag loans, and modern online and mobile banking tools, you're sure to score with Nebraska State Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
Supporting our student athletes, Melham Medical Center stands by you every step of the way. They offer local access to wellness and care, from emergency and inpatient services to the specialty clinic, offering top providers in orthopedics, cardiology, neurological care, and radiology. With a focus on inspiring healthy living through quality care, Melham is proud to back our hometown teams. Visit them at melham.org or call them at 308-872-4100. Melham Medical Center in Broken Bow.
Sargent Irrigation may work across the globe, but their heart is firmly planted in central Nebraska. They know it's the people here, hardworking, dedicated, and full of community pride, that make their success possible. That's why they proudly support both high school and Husker sports broadcasts. Whether you're cheering from the stands or tuning in at home, they're helping bring the excitement right to you. Enjoy the game, brought to you in part by Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow.
Radio coverage of the Twin Loop Wolves is being brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters, whose members include the Morgan Ranch, Orville's Repair, Pea Patch Greenhouse and Gifts, Prairie Thunder Game Birds, Roberts Chiropractic, Raleigh and Kina Stefka, Sargent Chamber of Commerce, Sargent Corner Market, Sargent Insurance Agency, Sargent Packing LLC, Sargent Tire LLC, Seidel Contracting Inc., Sheets Irrigation, and Slagle Angus. Enjoy the broadcast sponsored in part by the Twin Loop Boosters.
Mills Hardware is proud to support the local athletes. From painting to tools, sporting goods to office supplies, Mills Hardware is the place to go. Always remember, if they don't have it, they will try to get it for you. They have 155 different suppliers that they work with and offer services like hunting, fishing, and park permits, key making, and more. They thank you for your continued patronage of their store. You're very important to them. Thank you from the Mills Hardware and Feed team.
Louie's Body Shop in Sargent is your complete auto repair shop. They offer auto body work, towing, and locksmith services too. Their 24-hour emergency number is 308-527-3502. Write it down or save it on your phone so you're ready when the unexpected happens. 527-3502 for service that you know you can count on. Louie's Body Shop in Sargent since 1962.
Fall means football, volleyball, cross-country, golf, and plenty of busy days and nights. And the Tumbleweed Cafe and Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill have you covered. Start your day with a quick, tasty breakfast or grab an easy take-and-bake casserole from Tumbleweed for those hectic evenings. After the game, head to Cracker Jack's inside the Tumbleweed building, open nightly from 5 to 10 for food, drinks, and good times. Whether it's family meals or post-game celebrations, it's all happening on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow at Tumbleweed Cafe and Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill.
And we come back to Arnold High School as our opening match of the night has just concluded. South Loop winning it in straight sets over Twin Loop, 25-18 in the first and 25-20 in the second. Hey, don't let low back and leg pain reduce your quality of life. Studies suggest spinal manipulation as the first method of treatment. Having pain? Call Dr. Chad Hackle with Backbone of Healthcare at 872-2171 or visit them Monday through Friday on South 9th Avenue in Broken Bow. Well, match number 2 will feature Sand Hills Valley against Twin Loop. That'll be coming up, and we'll transition into coverage of match number 2 after these words.
At Dairy Queen in Broken Bow. Try them all, like the new Caramel Toffee Cookie Blizzard, loaded with creamy DQ soft serve, sweet caramel, crunchy praline candy pieces, and rich blondie brownie pieces. A taste bud celebration in every spoonful. And yes, it's back. The legendary Pumpkin Pie Blizzard, a seasonal favorite that feels like autumn in a cup. Stop by DQ in Broken Bow today and treat yourself to the sweetest part of the season.
When the crowd is there, you want to bring your A game.
You've practiced hard. You've thrown, caught, run, jumped, tackled, set, and spiked plenty in practice over the years.
Then a basketball meets your face.
Next game, it happens again.
You get flashbacks of that volleyball that did the same darn thing.
I'm Dr. Jeff Sanger.
And I'm Dr. Jinsey Ross.
If you're fighting a blur other than your running speed, schedule an appointment with us at Prairie Eye Care. Whether in sports or everyday life, we want you seeing 20/20.
Prairie Eye Care is proud to support this broadcast of high school athletics.
At the Callaway Market, they're excited to offer great prices to their valued customers, thanks to the Good Buys program. This program not only helps keep prices affordable, but also gives back thousands of dollars in rewards and products. Callaway Market is known for its top quality meats and fresh, vibrant produce. On Mondays, seniors can enjoy a 10% discount. The market is open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sunday from 11 to 5. Visit Callaway Market today.
The staff at South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway is proud to be a sponsor of this sports broadcast. They support all the area athletes and are pleased to be a part of the South Loop Bobcat community. Their pharmacy provides knowledge on what is best for you and your family members. Stop in and talk to them today. South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway, knowing you by name, not just a refill number.
As October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we are reminded of the importance of annual mammograms. According to the American Cancer Society, 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. The Callaway District Hospital is proud to offer the most advanced imaging in 3D digital mammography. 3-dimensional imaging can detect new cancers sooner than regular 2D mammograms alone. Early detection is key to increasing your survival rate. Please call 308-836-2228 to schedule your 3D mammogram. The Callaway District Hospital.
Agribest Feeds of Callaway has the products you need to get ahead and stay ahead of pesky flies this year. Their Sweet Pro Lick Tubs and Redmond Salt are all available with pure garlic extract for maximum potency and pest control. They also have other fly control products to help out, like dust, rubs, fly tags, Justifly, and pour-ons. Check out Agribest Feeds for all your ranching and pet needs. Don't forget they have stuff for the humans too, like colloidal silver, real salt, boots, and gloves. Agribest Feeds behind the Community Center in Callaway.
Rich Runlet with Rain Dance Repair, proud to be your local connection for beehive, pivot monitoring, and control systems, as well as soup cup bins. Whether you're needing to get your augers up to date and bins repaired or need a new system, Rain Dance Repair can help. If you haven't heard about Beehive Smart Connected Technology, give Rich a call. He'll get you set up for monitoring and control of your pivots without subscription fees, while also saving time and money. Call Rich at Rain Dance Repair at 870-4455, your local Sioux Cup and Beehive Ag Connection.
Radio coverage of the Twin Loop Wolves is being brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters, whose members include Speltz Lumber Company, Stars Wildlife Inn, Taylor Storage LLC, TCH Seeds, Team Physical Therapy, The Rescue Bar and Grill, Tripto Cattle Company, Trotter Grain and Fertilizer, Trotter's Well & Co., Union Bank and Trust, The Upstream Ranch, Valley County Health System, and Wagner Bunkhouse and Cabins. Enjoy the broadcast sponsored in part by the Twin Loop Boosters.
Rocks Underground serves Central Nebraska with expertise in water and irrigation services. Need some help? Call Rocky Dockweiler at 870-3457. Rocky salutes the student athletes of the area and all the hard work they put in each and every season and is very proud of the young men and women that live in Central Nebraska. Enjoy this broadcast, brought to you in part by Rocky Dockweiler with Rocks Underground in Oconto.
Well, as we move into our second match of the night, we welcome you back to Arnold High School as we bring you live coverage of high school volleyball here on KBBN 95.3 FM, KBBN.com. We're also live on our video stream as well through SandhillsExpress.com on the Sandhills Express Facebook page and YouTube channel. Want to say thanks to these sponsors who are bringing you radio coverage of match number 2. They include Twin Loop Boosters and Kimbers in Stapleton. We also say thanks to Fort County Heating and Air, Klein Financial, Backbone of Healthcare, and Thrive-In Financial for helping us with radio coverage of match number 2. As we mentioned, we're also live on our video stream tonight as well, so you can watch the action accompanied by the radio call. Our video stream sponsors for match number 2 include Insurance of the Heartland, Colligan of Broken Bow, Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, Meade Lumber, Grocery Cart, Nebraska State Bank, BD, Power Solutions, A1 Auto Repair, First State Insurance, and H&R Block. Our second match of the night features Sand Hills Valley against Twin Loop. We'll come back and set it up for you after these words on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Twin Loop Wolves is being brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters, whose members include the Morgan Ranch, Fort Wills Repair, Key Patch Greenhouse and Gifts, Prairie Thunder Game Birds, Roberts Chiropractic, Wally and Kina Stefka, Sargent Chamber of Commerce, Sargent Corner Market, Sargent Insurance Agency, Sargent Packing LLC, Sargent Tire LLC, Seidel Contracting Inc., Sheets Irrigation, and Slagle Angus. Enjoy the broadcast sponsored in part by the Twin Loop Boosters.
This sports broadcast is being brought to you in part by Kimbers, proud Sand Hills Valley Mavericks supporters. From fuel to food, when you're on the go, turn towards Kimbers on Highway 83, just outside of Stapleton. Pick up a snack to fuel yourself up, or pull up to the pumps and get your vehicle ready to hit the road. The next time you're driving down Highway 83 and need a pit stop, make sure you stop at Kimbers. They're happy to help bring you this sports broadcast while cheering on the Sand Hills Valley Mavericks.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency is always on your side. With local offices in Callaway and Broken Bow, plus many more across the state, they know the importance of community and teamwork. Whether you need insurance for your family, your farm, your business, or your future, their agents will find the coverage that fits. Working with over 100 carriers in Nebraska, by Nebraskans, for Nebraskans. Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, proud to support our local student athletes, the Huskers, and our community.
The team at Taylor Heating and Cooling are big fans of our area student athletes and are proud to help bring you their accomplishments on the radio. Just like these bright students keep a cool head in the heat of competition, Taylor Heating and Cooling is ready to help keep you cool with their services. If the season calls for heat, they're ready with repair and new install expertise there as well. Financing is available because sweating or shivering in your home needs fixed now, not later. Call Taylor Heating and Cooling at 308-872-6196 or visit TaylorHeatingandCoolingBB.com.
Great athletes play with grit, heart, and integrity. At Palmer Monument in Broken Bow, those same qualities guide everything they do. Just as athletes push through challenges to reach victory, Palmer Monument's team works with dedication to design meaningful, lasting memorials for your loved ones. Crafted with pride and built to stand the test of time, they're committed to honoring every life with care and respect. Palmer Monument, designed with pride, sold with integrity, and always giving their very best, just like the athletes on the field.
After the final whistle blows, the hard work doesn't stop, and neither does Agland ATV. Supplying top quality ATVs, UTVs, parts, and accessories, Agland ATV in Broken Bow supports local athletes and families who know the value of dedication, both in and out of competition. Whether it's trail riding or farm work, Polaris machines help you power through every challenge with strength and endurance. Best of luck to all the athletes from Agland ATV, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
When your vehicle needs dependable repair, turn to Rod's Body and Paint on the curve west of Broken Bow. They specialize in collision repair, color matching, auto glass replacement, and dent repair. Backed by certified technicians, free estimates, and fair prices that get you back on the road. With over a half century of experience serving the community, they have earned a reputation for quality and trust. Call 308-872-5346 for details or to schedule your estimate at Rod's Body and Paint in Broken Bow.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Brent Custer in Broken Bow and find out why so many of their clients would recommend Shelter.
we come back to Arnold. Getting closer to the opening serve of our second match of the night. It'll be Sandhills Valley taking on Twin Loup. Again, if you're just tuning in the opening match of the night, South Loup, a straight set win over Twin Loup, 25-18 in the first and 25-20 in the second. Well, Sandhills Valley comes in at 3-11 on the year. Their wins have come against Hyannis, Gibbon, and Medicine Valley. Now, this will be the second time that Twin Loup and Sandhills Valley have went up against one another. They met just a few days ago at the Brady Invitational, and Twin Loup would get the win 2-1. Sandhills Valley won the opening set in that match, 25-21, but then Twin Loup came back to win the second and then dominated in the third, 25-10. So these two teams have seen each other once. It wasn't all that long ago, Larry, so they've got good familiarity with one another.
Yeah, they will have very good familiarity after playing in that tournament down in Brady the other day. And, Sandhills Valley, they've got a little bit of momentum, or at least a little bit of reason to want to come back and win after losing that one in 3 sets. And those are tough ones to lose. But when you win the first set, but then allow the other team to come back and win sets 2 and 3, those are always tough ones to deal with, and they stick in your memory. And so they'll have a good cause for trying to come back here tonight. For Twin Loup, well, all they have to do is look back to the first match here tonight, one that they thought maybe they'd be a little more competitive in, and they fell short, and they're going to want to come out and play a lot better in this second match.
Yeah, should be a good second match coming up. Sandhills Valley, the sports co-op between Stapleton and McPherson County, against Twin Loup, the sports co-op between Sargent and Loup County Schools at Taylor. It's Twin Loup and Sandhills Valley, the second match of the night coming up. Larry's going to call it. He'll come back and set up your starters right after these words.
Cheer on the area student athletes. At their location on Highway 2 in Broken Bow, their state-of-the-art clinic blends cutting-edge dental care with a warm, personalized approach. Because a confident smile supports success in and out of the game. From routine family dentistry to emergency treatment, they have you covered. Call 308-767-2002 to schedule an appointment at Broken Bow Dental. Be brilliant. Be bold.
Central Nebraska Diesel and Renke would like to take this moment to extend their thanks and appreciation to our brave men and women who serve our country through our armed forces. This gratitude also extends to our armed forces veterans for your sacrifice. The freedoms we enjoy today and the bright future we see tomorrow are due to your selfless service, and for this we offer our humble and sincere thanks. For all your mechanized irrigation needs, count on the professionals at Central Nebraska Diesel, who sell, install, and service a full line of reliable Renke systems. Stop in today to see how Central Nebraska Diesel and Renke can help get the most out of your irrigation water.
Well, this sports broadcast is being brought to you by Fort County Heating and Air. Owners Brian and Austin serve the area with more than 20 years of combined experience in the industry. Call for a free estimate and timely service. Fort County Heating and Air in Broken Bow. Call 872-2258. With your starting lineups for match number 2, here's Larry.
All right, let's take a look first of all for Sandhills Valley. They come in here with a record of 3-16. They'll go this way. It'll be Avery Weems, she is a sophomore. Senior Rayanna Bruns. Senior Alexis Hagan. Briley Kramer, a junior. Nevaeh White, also a junior. Sophomore Izzy Waker. And the libero is Kelsey Amos. She is a senior. The coaches are Chelsea Myers, and her assistant is Darcy Samuelson. And now for Twin Loup, they are expected to go this way. Their head coach, Tammy Phillips, assisted by Jamie Copsey and Abby Taylor. They'll start with Sierra Slagle. She is an outside hitter, sophomore. Jalen Blackburn, middle blocker. She is a sophomore. Jalen Young, outside hitter, senior. Carson Vincent, she's a senior, right side hitter and setter. Cooper Keefe, middle hitter, she is a senior. And Lorena Shada, she is a setter, right side hitter, she is a senior. And the libero is freshman Kinley Keefe. And that is a look at Twin Loup. Twin Loup also 3 wins on the season, and as Brent just mentioned, they have a victory, a 3-set victory over the Sandhills Valley team just the other day. So it's the Mavericks and the Wolves coming up next here on 95.3.
Loop Wolves is being brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters, whose members include Speltz Lumber Company, Stars Wildlife Inn, Taylor Storage LLC, TCH Seeds, Team Physical Therapy, The Rescue Bar and Grill, Tripto Cattle Company, Trotter Grain and Fertilizer, Trotter's Will & Co., Union Bank and Trust, The Upstream Ranch, Valley County Health System, and Wagner Bunkhouse and Cabins. Enjoy the broadcast sponsored in part by the Twin Loop Boosters.
Having a party, celebration, tailgate, or watch party? Then you need to come and see us at the Grocery Cart. Between our amazing deals and GK Wine and Spirits, we'll help you treat your guests right. Start out with a meat and cheese tray or a Chester's chicken in the deli, or pick up a rack of smoked ribs. For drinks, our aisles at the GK Wine and Spirits are full with savings on your favorites. The Deli and GK Wine and Spirits, inside the Grocery Cart, Broken Bow.
Now we come back to Arnold High School, getting ready for our second match of the night. Again, if you're just tuning in, South Loop won the opener over Twin Loop by scores of 25-18 in the first and 25-20 in the second. To take you through match number 2 of the night, here's Larry Cotner.
All right. Of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and in honor of that, a lot of games will feature pink, and Twin Loop has gone to their all-pink uniforms for this match. The libero this time will be Kinley Keefe again. She'll be in her black uniform for Twin Loop. And then for Sand Hills Valley, they will be in their black uniforms with the pink trim, and the libero in the white uniform with the pink trim. So very bright here for the Breast Cancer Awareness Night here, Pink Out Night in Arnold. And we are ready for match number 2. It'll be Kelsey Amos to start things off for Sand Hills Valley, and she'll serve up an ace. Boy, that was a dying duck, and it just crawled over and fell right into the donut hole. 1-0 Sand Hills Valley. Amos, the senior, sends it. Played on the back line by Shada. They'll set it up for Cooper Keefe. Sends it across, dug out on the front line by Weems. Hit over by Kramer. Pushed across by Keefe, and that will work. Didn't have much on it. She just directed it with both hands. Getting a piece of it was Weems, but that was it. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, you don't always have to use the power. Just the placement sometimes is the key. And Twin Loop able to tie things up early.
Keefe will serve it. Cooper steps into this one. It's a good one down the line and just out, though. She came very close to an ace, but just missed the mark. 2-1 Sand Hills Valley. Avery Weems will serve it up. Steps into it on the right side. Goes over to the left. Dug out there by Young. Back set back to Young. Dinks it across, but blocked back for a stuff block from Izzy Waker.
Yeah, great play at the net by Izzy. Able to read it. Got her hands up and able to put it to the floor for the point.
3-1 Lady Mavericks. Weems will serve. To the back line, played there by Kinley Keefe. They'll set it up, and a miscommunication between Shada and Slagle, and neither one went for it. It falls helplessly to the floor, and it's 4-1 Sand Hills Valley. Weems will serve again. Floats it just over the net. That was almost an ace, but nice pickup by Haskell to send it across. Dug out by Bruns. Pass into the middle, big swing, and Waker will put it down off the hands on the back row. And Sand Hills Valley out to a quick 5-1 lead.
Yeah, been a good start for Waker right at the front of the net. Able to collect the kill there.
Weems on a 4-point run, serves it. Dug out by Young. They'll pass over to the other side, and a line net violation going to be called on Twin Loop on the pass. And Tammy Phillips has seen enough. Timeout here early on in set number 1. Sand Hills Valley 6, Twin Loop 1.
Of the Twin Loop Wolves is being brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters, whose members include 4W Delaney and the Ritz Cafe, Agline ATV, Burwell Family Practice PC, Burwell Pharmacy, Calumet Outfitters, Central Nebraska Electric, the City of Sargent, Corner Stop, Diamond Ring Ranch, Don and Sue Shada, Fensky Farms, First National Bank, Govier Brothers Mortuary and Crematory, and Great Western Gas Company. Enjoy the broadcast brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters.
Your friends at Klang Financial are honored to help with any of your health and life insurance questions, as well as any retirement planning needs you may have. Reach them at 308-872-6810. Klang Financial, downtown Broken Bow at 940 South D Street.
Avery Weems has served 5 in a row. She'll serve again to the back line. That one just missed, being an ace about 6 inches beyond the end line. And Twin Loop will get the side out. Checking in the lineup will be Jalen Blackburn. She'll play the front line. Service will come from Jalen Young. Dug out by Hagan, and then they'll set it up for Waker. And the sophomore, they don't list any heights for Sand Hills Valley, but she's got to be close to 5'10" and lengthy on the arms, and she slams that one home.
Yeah, she was one of the attack leaders on the team coming into tonight. You can see why.
She serves that one up, dug out by Keefe. They'll set it up for Blackburn. Blocked back, but quickly sent back by Vincent. And then on the attack, Sand Hills Valley a little long, and it will be a point for Twin Loop. They trail 7-3. Lorena Shada serving it up. Twisting, played on the back row by Amos. Back set. The attack up and down for Briley Kramer. Kramer went up high and hit that right into the angle that was available to her.
Yeah, and I think it was Weems with the assist. Put it right where it needed to be for Kramer to get a big swing.
Kramer will serve up 8-3. Played by Kinley Keefe, and they'll get it ahead to Blackburn, who will push it across for the point. Off the block and down. Touched off of White and Bruns, and it's 8-4. Service, a good one from Kinley Keefe. On 3, though, it'll go over on a free ball from Bruns. Set up in the middle, big swing. Blackburn long, no touch. Point will go to the Lady Mavericks. They lead at 9-4. We're in set 1, best 2 out of 3. Alexis Hagan, middle set, or middle serve, dug out, pushed across by Blackburn, down the line, kept alive there. And on 3, it will go across from Bruns. Back set, lofted across from Vincent, but out of bounds. Carson Vincent trying to get the back line, but let that one loop a little too far. And it's 10-4, Sand Hills Valley. Alexis Hagan will serve again. Floats it to the back line and beyond. Service error and a side out, point to Twin Loop. Jalen Blackburn will serve from the left side. Hits that one too hard, and that'll be a service error and a point for Sand Hills Valley.
You know, triangulars are always so interesting, especially the middle match. Sometimes you see the team that's played once already be a little bit sharper, but so far in this one, Sand Hills Valley's kind of been the sharper team.
A serve from Rayanna Bruns. She put it down on the line. Twin Loop elected to get away from it, but it was right in front of the line judge. 12-5. Bruns again off the right side, goes left. Dug out by Haskell, who's checked in the game. Vincent sends it over, and it's touched by Waker, but that's going to be 4 hits. He hit the first one. It kind of careened off of White and then back to Waker, and 4 hits called on Sand Hills Valley. Service from Vincent, dug out back row by Bruns. They'll pass over to Waker. Crisscross attack off the mark, and back-to-back points now for Twin Loop. 12-7, Sand Hills Valley. Twin Loop trying to cut into it. Carson Vincent, back row, played there by Kramer. They'll set it up for a back row attack. Bruns puts it into the net. And Coach Myers wants a timeout for the Lady Mavericks. 3 in a row for the Wolves. The Mavericks on top, though, 12-8. We're in set number 1.
This sports broadcast is being brought to you in part by Kimbers, proud Sandhills Valley Mavericks supporters. From fuel to food, when you're on the go, turn towards Kimbers on Highway 83, just outside of Stapleton. Pick up a snack to fuel yourself up, or pull up to the pumps and get your vehicle ready to hit the road. The next time you're driving down Highway 83 and need a pit stop, make sure you stop at Kimbers. They're happy to help bring you this sports broadcast while cheering on the Sandhills Valley Mavericks.
We come back to Arnold High School Gymnasium. We are in the middle match of 3 here tonight. Earlier tonight, South Loop beat Twin Loop 25-18, 25-20. We're in set 1 of the second match. Sandhills Valley on top of Twin Loop 12-8. However, Twin Loop has reeled off 3 in a row and serving, and it's Carson Vincent. Floats it across, played on the back line. Set up for Weems, who will dink it across. Covered there by Cooper Keefe. And on the return, she takes it down the line, and that'll work right in front of Kramer.
Man, what a play by Cooper, because that was sent over on a sharp angle, and then Keefe returned it on an even sharper angle.
Kramer will take the receive. They'll get it over to Hagen, who gets it across, and then the attack from Young is too strong, and that's going to end a 4-point run for Twin Loop. 13-9, Mavs on top. And Kelsey Amos, who got them started, will serve for Sandhills Valley. Back set. Cooper Keefe gets it across, dug out nicely by Weems. Free ball across by Bruns, dug out by Vincent. Shada sets it up for Keefe. Off hands, kept alive, and on the third one, a lift is going to be called. Oh, they're going to call 4. Off of Waker. And the point will go to Twin Loop. 13-10. Cooper Keefe. Dug back row center by Bruns. The pass over to Kramer, floats it across, taken by Vincent. Set up by Shada for a punch across for Young, taken by Kramer. They'll set it up for Bruns to push to the back row. Keefe then over to Young. Set up for the return by Kramer, dug out by Shada, pushed across by Young, taken by Weems. Set up by Hagen for the big swing by Waker. Quickly sent back, though, by Haskell. Now it's Kramer with the dink. Dug out on the front row. Big swing by Shada, kept alive by Bruns. Now it'll be Hagen, and her bump was off and out. She kind of turned her body at the last second there, Brent, and when she did, she angled it off into the crowd.
Yeah, perhaps the best point that we've seen tonight as the two go back and forth.
Yeah, that was a good volley, but then Cooper Keefe into the net for a service error. And a point for the Sandhills Valley Mavericks, who lead it 14-11. Weems serves. Dug out by Kinley Keefe. Punched over by Vincent. On the Sandhills Valley side, Kramer will dink it across. Dug there by Vincent. They'll get it back to her. Swung across, dug nicely, and sent over by Amos, and that'll fall. That was Twin Loop just not ready for that return on one. And the point will go to Sandhills Valley, leading 15-11.
Well, sometimes those out-of-system returns can be the toughest ones to pick up.
Weems sends it across, dug out by Haskell. Backs up for Young, who pushes it across, going low to dig it out. Bruns. The hit by Hagen, blocked back by Young. Quickly sent back. Bruns with the dig out. Now it's Kramer with the hit kill off the right side and down. Briley Kramer. And now Sandhills Valley, after Twin Loop had drawn within a couple, has extended it back to a 5-point lead. Weems sends it across. Vincent sets it up for Young. Big swing, blocked back, but it might have been into the net anyway. Yeah, it was not blocked back. It went into the net, 4 hits. So 17-11. Lady Mavericks on top and serving. Weems, she's been back there quite a bit here in this set. Dug out by Kinley Keefe. Kept alive by Vincent. Pushed across by Shada. Hagen, she'll get it back from Bruns. Tried to get the back line off an off-balance hit, but floated it just a little beyond the end line. and the point will go to Twin Loop. 17-12 the score, Sandhills Valley. Twin Loop, though, with the side out. Jalen Young from the right side. And double checking some things with the official. Now we're ready to go. Young steps into it. It's a good one. Dug out by Amos. Punched up by Weems. Sent over by Hagan. And then on the return, it was Jalen Blackburn running into the net. So the point will go to Sandhills Valley. Waker will serve. And it climbs the net. Kept alive momentarily there by Slagle. Sent over on three by Vincent. They'll set it up in the middle for a big swing from Bruns, who just misses the back line. Tried to get it into an open zone, but it would not fall. 18-13. Side out to Twin Loop. They're down by 5. Lorena Shada to serve it. Twists across, taken by Bruns. Bump serve. On the overpass, it's going to be slammed down from Sierra Slagle.
Yeah, good read at the net by Slagle. Could see the overpass coming, able to read it and put it down.
Twin Loop making a run, down by 4. 18-14, we're in the first set. Sent across, dug by Amos. Weems sets it up for Bruns. Big swing. That was a nice set by Weems. Put it right in the place of where Bruns could drive it home.
Yeah, had a great set to handle, too, and that was certainly Bruns' best swing of the match so far.
19-14. Kramer with the service, and that one will float beyond the end line. Good communication on the back line for the Lady Wolves. 19-15 on the side out. Kinley Keefe, played by Waker, back row center. Set up for Bruns, off balance, into the rafters from Young, but played by Kinley Keefe and sent over on three by Shada. Weems sets it up, Bruns, off balance, got it in. Just inside the back line. And Sandhills Valley up by 5, 20-15. Hagan will serve. Floats it, played by Kinley Keefe. Back set for Blackburn, drives it through the defense of Bruns. Well, she just went up there and put it off hands and got it to go. 20-16. Big point right here for both teams. Blackburn will serve it, twist to the back row, taken by Waker. Back set, Bruns, off hands, and that'll go. It was tipped off hands, then played by Shada, but she couldn't direct it on the pass. And the point for Sandhills Valley up 21-16, and Bruns will get the serve. Rihanna from the right side. Sends a good one, taken there by Kinley Keefe to set up for Cooper Keefe. Taps it across, taken by Weems. Set up in the middle for Waker, off hands. Dug out by Kinley Keefe. They'll set for Jalen Young, touched on the front net. Sent over by White, taken there by Keefe. They'll pass over to Cooper Keefe, and her directional shot down the line twists off a little to the left. And now Sandhills Valley 3 points away from winning set number 1. 22-16, Lady Mavericks. Bruns serve, dug out by Kinley Keefe. Pass over to the left side. Young rolls it across, played by Bruns. Pass left side, off balance. Weems on a directional shot, taken by Cooper Keefe. Now sent over by Vincent. Dug by Kramer. Back set, White. Too strong on the attack. No touch on the line, and the point will go to Twin Loop. 22-17. Side out for the Lady Wolves. Vincent to the back line, played by Bruns. Set up in the middle, dinking it across Weems, played by Cooper Keefe. Back set for Shada, rolls it across, dug by White. Back set now, they'll go to the back row. Bruns got it down. Twin Loop almost got it returned, but bounced off the top of the net. It would not climb the ladder, and the point for Sandhills Valley.
Yeah, Bruns has really been heating up some real big swings here in the last few points.
Amos from the left side. Dug out by Shada. They'll back set for Cooper Keefe. Off hands and down. Had an open lane. It just tipped off of Waker And the point will go to Twin Loop. But they have to come up with points in a hurry. Down by 5, 23-18 here in the first set. Cooper Keefe, nice set, or serve. Taken there by Hagan. They'll set it up for Kramer. Crisscross attack. She had a lot of room to work with and got it in the corner. 24-18, set point for the Lady Mavericks. And Avery Weems has been strong at the service line for the Lady Mavericks. Sends it, and of course there's the Radio James. Into the net. 24-19. I think that's happened only not once this year. One time where I almost don't want to say it anymore.
I know.
Service from Young. Played on the back row. That's going to be an ace as it skips off of Bruns. 24-20. Twin Loop's got work to do, but they're back in the hunt. Jalen Young will serve. Sends it. Played back row by Hagan. Weems back set. Big swing from Waker. Off hands. Kept alive by Shada. Cannot be kept alive on the second hit. And that is the set. Sandhills Valley wins this set 25-20 over Twin Loop. We'll take a break, come back, get you ready for set number 2 here on 95.3.
Where do you go when it's a beautiful, gorgeous day? If you need a great place to relax, grill, and enjoy time with friends and family, go with a deck made with quality TimberTech terrain decking from Mead Lumber in Broken Bow. You can build a deck of all shapes and sizes, plus Mead Lumber stocks brown oak and silver maple. Whether you're starting from scratch or you're just doing a new surface, Mead Lumber looks forward to helping plan your project. East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Life's better when you're under our roof because we can help you choose insurance to help protect what matters most. Life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company can help financially protect your loved ones by replacing a portion of your income if you were to pass away. That means your family could have the help they need to continue to pursue their dreams. Contact Justin at the Justin Thompson Agency at 872-5252 today.
American Family Insurance.
Products not available in all states. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When the game gets tough, Team Physical Therapy is there to help get you back in the game stronger than ever. Call 872-5111 with convenient locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, and Gothenburg. Team Physical Therapy offers expert care and personalized rehab services for athletes of all ages and skill levels. Whether recovering from injury or working to improve performances, their experienced team is dedicated to helping you stay competitive and reach your goals. Call 872-5111 for Team Physical Therapy. Proud to help bring this sports broadcast to you.
Well, as we move into the second set, Thrivent Financial is proud to support the area teams as they work hard to achieve their goals. Representative Scott Harvey wants to help you with your financial goals by creating a strategy that reflects your priorities and protects what matters most to you. For insurance, investments, or planning for retirement, call Scott Harvey and Thrivent Financial at 872-2511. Also, don't let low back and leg pain reduce your quality of life. Studies suggest spinal manipulation as the first method of treatment. Having pain? Call Dr. Chad Hackle with Backbone of Healthcare at 872-2171 or visit them Monday through Friday on South 9th Avenue in Broken Bow.
Well, if you're Twin Loop, you haven't won a set yet here this evening and you want to come out and play very well in this second set for Sandhills Valley, they remember that they beat Twin Loop in a set one last weekend, then lost sets 2 and 3. So they've got to be very careful and on guard.
Yeah, you kind of get the feel that the opening points are really big, right? I mean, just kind of piggybacking on what you said, Twin Loop wanting to come out, get some momentum early. Meanwhile, Sandhills Valley, same thing for them, wanting to get out to a quick start, see if they can get the sweep. You kind of get the feel we might be in store for a little bit more volleyball in this match, though. We'll see how it plays out.
Carson Vincent is going to start things off for Twin Loop. Floats it to the back line. It's taken there. Hagan sets it up for Waker. She'll dink it across. Played on the front line by Young. Kept alive and sent over by Cooper Keefe. And then off the play, nobody could get to the pass. It was played by Hagan, but then a little bit of a delay getting to it. Waker got a piece of it, and Twin Loop will get the opening point. They lead it 1-0. Service from Vincent. And close to an ace, but Waker keeps it alive. Standing spike, though, into the net. And Twin Loop had to a quick 2-0 lead.
Well, certainly the start that Twin Loop wanted after dropping that opening set.
Vincent again. And she's got that twisting serve dug out by Bruns. They'll set it back to Bruns, and she puts it into the net. And now a 3-0 start, and Coach Myers seen enough. Quick start for Twin Loop in set number 2. They lead Sandhills Valley 3-0.
Fewer words sweeter in the state of Nebraska than Go Big Red. And Geared for Sports in Broken Bow is ready to help you cheer for the Huskers. New Husker gear arrivals are hitting the racks in men's and women's sizes, perfect for showing your team's spirit. Don't let basketball and wrestling season sneak up on you without getting your hands on the gear you need. Visit Geared for Sports, west side of the square in Broken Bow, open Monday to Friday 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4.
Back at Arnold. Quick start here in the second set for the Lady Wolves of Twin Loop. They score the first 3 points. Quick timeout by Sandhills Valley, who won the first set 25-20. It'll be Carson Vincent to serve it. Floats it to the back line, taken there by Kramer. They'll set it up in the middle for Weems. Floats it and beyond the end line. And the streak continues here for Twin Loop. They're up now 4-0. Carson Vincent, the senior, she'll serve it up again. Floats it back line. Bruns went low to get it. And then Young tried to punch it real quick, but it got it pinned against the net. And Sandhills Valley will get the side out.
Yeah, Young had it read well. She saw the overpass coming, went up to send it back, but as you said, pinned it against the net and could not get it across.
Amos with the serve, kept alive by Cooper Keefe. Back row attack, nicely done by Haskell. Dug out there by Weems, gets it back, tipped at the net. Dug out by Young, pass over to the left side. Keefe will send it over on a free ball, dug by Amos. Pass into the middle, big swing from Waker and down. Izzy Waker got an open lane right down the middle and put it home. 4-2, 2 in a row now for Sandhills Valley. Kelsey Amos, service. Played back row by Shada. Back set for Cooper Keefe. Twists it across, kept alive by Hagan, and slided across with one hand by Waker, and she found the empty zone.
Well, you go back to that opening set, it was Waker early for Sandhills Valley, then Bruns later in the set to kind of help them close it out. Kind of the same thing here to start the second. Waker with some good points to get Sandhills Valley to within a point.
Amos serving for the tie. It's quickly sent back. Now Kramer sends it over. Dug out nicely by Shada. Set up for Young, who pushes it across. Taken there by Bruns. And last second swing by Waker. A little miscommunication between her and Bruns on who was going to go for it. Waker just swung at it late, came up short. 5-3, Twin Loop. They get the side out. Cooper Keefe will serve it. Comes over with velocity, dug by Bruns. Weems sets it up for Waker. Big swing, but too strong.
Had the slide set up. Waker came from behind the setter. Got a good swing on it, but hit it just a little bit long.
6-3 the score. Twin Loop with the lead. They have to win this set to send it to a third. Send it by Keefe, and that's going to be basically an ace. Touched a couple of Sandhills Valley players, but really neither could do much with it. And it's a 7-3 lead for Twin Loop. That ties their biggest lead of the evening. Keefe down the line. Dug by Hagan, pushed down the line by Weems, kept alive by Haskell into the rafters, and that really threw things off. Vincent got a piece of it, but couldn't do much with it. And the point will go for the Lady Mavericks.
Yeah, anytime it goes up into the rafters, into the ceiling area, you just don't know where it's going to come down at or with how much force it's going to come down.
Service error from Avery Weems, who had a strong service line in the first set until the radio announcer said something. And now back-to-back service errors. 8-4, Twin Loop. Service from Young. Dug out by Hagan, set up in the middle for Kramer. Punches across, kept alive by Kinley Keefe. Punched over, nope. Would not climb the ladder. Got to the top of the net for Jalen Blackburn, but it just wouldn't fall on the Sandhills Valley side.
Just hung there for a while, didn't it?
Yeah. Waker's serve, it's a good one. Dug out by Young, kept alive by Blackburn, sent over on 2. They'll set it up now for Bruns, tipped at the net, and that'll work. Once it was tipped, it kind of threw off the trajectory and landed a little too far in front of Young to do much with it. 8-6 now the score, Twin Loop by 2. And Waker with an ace. That one just cleared the net and was on a line. And now Waker will serve for the tie. Sandhills Valley, they win this set, they'll win the match. Sends it, dug out by Kinley Keefe. They'll set it up for Slagle. Had to reach up too high and reach back for it, couldn't get it across. And we are tied at 8 apiece. Waker will serve again, this time for the lead. Floats it, played there by Vincent. Shotto, quick send over, dug by Waker, punched over by Bruns, kept alive by Blackburn, sent over by Blackburn. Backs up Weems, the attack by Kramer, dug out by Kinley Keefe, but it goes into the rafters, bounces down on the Twin Loop side, and that is a point for Sandhills Valley, and they have taken the lead. 9-8. Waker, that one didn't have enough. Well, at first it didn't feel like it would even get to the net. Then I thought, well, maybe it might just clear the net.
Well, had it cleared the net, that would have been a tough play. She tried to drop it in the front row and just couldn't quite get it over the net.
Shot of the service, sent over on 3 by Hagan, dug out by Vincent. Set up for Blackburn, a nice dink. Went with the right hand and just directed it off to her left. And the Wolves back in the lead at 10-9.
Yeah, terrific redirect at the net by Blackburn. Tipped it away from the block, put it to the floor.
Shot it in the back row, taken by Amos. Sent over quickly on 2 by Weems, set back immediately by Shada. Pass left side, Hagan down the line. Keefe keeps it alive. Now off balance, sent over by Slagle. Now Kramer dinks it across. Taken by Shada. Set up in the middle for Blackburn off balance. Kept alive by Amos. Sent on 3 by Hagan. They're set up in the middle. Blackburn off hands and down. Off the hands of Rayanna Bruns. And Twin Loop with an 11-9 advantage in set 2. Service from Lorena Shada. Senior setter. Sends it. Played back row by Amos. Back set, Kramer. Dug out by Keefe. Pass ahead to Slagle. Sent across. A little bit of miscommunication between Amos and Waker. Amos got it, but they really couldn't do much with it. Waker tried to run it down, could not do so. And it's 12-9. Twin Loop back up by 3. They need to win this set to force a third. Shada, service, and that one's going to be long and a service error. 12-10 the score on the side out to the Lady Mavericks. Neither team really goes very deep. Riley Kramer will send it. The return is an overpass, and Bruns is right there to eat it up.
Yeah, she knew what to do with that. Saw the overpass coming, timed her jump beautifully. The big swing collects the point.
Kramer again to tie it. Plays on the back row by Keefe. Shada sets it up in the middle. Big swing for Blackburn and down.
Wow, a lookout moment from Jay Lynn. Wow, Blackburn with a big termination.
Kinley Keefe, freshman libero, serves it. Played back row by Kramer. Sent over on 2 by Hagan. Set up in the middle. Big swing again. This time it's Young, but out of bounds.
A good contest at the net that time, too, by Sandhills Valley. Kind of forced Jay Lynn to try to go with the angle, and she ends up hitting it wide.
Senior Alexis Hagan will serve it up. Center court. And just climbed over. Went over on one, taken there by Weems. They'll set it up for Bruns. Kind of directed herself, kind of changed in the air how she was going to hit it, and got it inside the line to tie it up at 13. Hagan will serve for the lead. Sends it. Taken there by Blackburn. Bumped up by Keefe to the front line. Cooper Keefe down the line. Will direct it. Taken there by Weems, who gets it back and floats it across. Vincent sets it up for Cooper Keefe. Rolled shot. Taken there by Waker. They'll set it up for White. Pushes it across. Taken by Vincent. Standing spike from Blackburn. Dug by Kramer. Pass over to the left side. Down the line. Bruns. Dug by Cooper. They'll set it up. Big swing by Blackburn. Touched. Taken there by Waker. And then Weems will float it across. Dug by Young. Off to the left side. Keefe will float it across. Hagan. Now White for Weems and miss hit. And it'll be a point on the long volley for Twin Loop.
Boy, it takes so much concentration in those long rallies that just keep going back and forth. And Twin Loop able to get the big point.
Natalie Haskell will check in to serve. She's a freshman. Saw some libero from her earlier this year. Sends it across, dug by Waker. It's Bruns down the line. It might have hit the antenna.
I was going to say that was outside the antenna. And they will call it out.
And that's what they'll do. They'll call the play outside the antenna. 15-13. Twin Loop. Haskell floats it. Taken there by Weems. Bumped up by Waker to the front line. Sent over on a free ball by Bruns. Dug by Keefe. Pass ahead to Cooper Keefe with the swing. Dug by Kramer on the back row. Back row attack. Waker. And it's in just on the line.
Wow, what a great swing out of the back row from Waker. Able to catch the line.
15-14. Been a tight second set. Twin Loop with the lead. Bruns will serve for the tie. To the back line. It's played by Shada. Back set it across. Taken by Weems. Sets it up for Waker. Off hands. Played on the back row by Haskell. Bumped up. Pushed across by Young. Taken by White. Back set for Waker. And off the balance. She sends it too far to the right. And a point for Twin Loop. They lead at 16-14. Vincent again. Punches it across. Waker goes low to send it across after it goes off of Weems. Cooper Keefe will float it across, and it was returned, but Sandhills Valley in the net, and they want a timeout. Set number 2, Twin Loop 17, Sandhills Valley 14. Lady Mavericks up 1 set to none. We'll be back after this on 95.3.
Who actually does the plumbing? Call Duda Plumbing, serving Broken Bow and the surrounding communities with top-notch residential and commercial service and septic tank pumping. Have a leaky faucet, funky-smelling septic? Don't worry, Scott and Colton have seen and smelled it all. They're fast, friendly, and won't leave you knee-deep in regret. Call Duda Plumbing and flush your problems away. Literally. Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
He's Brent Apperson. I'm Larry Cotner. Behind the camera tonight is Jack Simpson. Good to have you along here this evening for Thursday night volleyball. First match of the night went to South Loop in 2 sets over Twin Loop. First set of this match between Sandhills Valley and Twin Loop went to Sandhills Valley 25-20. Twin Loop leads in set number 2, 17-14, and has Carson Vincent serving. Played by Kramer on the back row. Izzy Waker blocked back by Young. Kept alive and sent over on a free ball by Kramer. Dug there. They'll set it up for a joust at the net. And somebody was in the net. And it will be Young for Twin Loop. So the point for Sandhills Valley. And out of the timeout, when they had fallen down by 3, they come away with the point. Kelsey Amos. And that one's going to go long. And you can hear the Twin Loop girls hollering that one out immediately.
Now that's good communication. When you communicate and no one reached out to touch it, they let it go long for the point.
Cooper Keefe sends it. On 2, it'll go from Weems. Now set it up for Young. Played back row by Amos. Back set. Kramer on the crisscross. Taken there by Keith. It goes up in the rafters and comes right back at her. Could not play it. And the point will go to Sand Hills Valley.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those tonight where they go up into the ceiling area, come down off the rafter, and just so tough to play once it goes up in that direction.
Lady Mavericks trail 18-16. Serving it's Avery Weems. And another service error. And a side out to Twin Loop. 19-16 now in favor of the Lady Wolves. And Jalen Young, senior outside hitter, will serve. It's a good one to the back row, played by Bruns. Bumped up by Weems. Kramer sends it over, played by Young. Bumped up by Vincent. And then Slagle could not quite get enough to get it across. And the point will belong to Sand Hills Valley. They trail by 2. Twin Loop has led most of this set, but they have not been able to put the Lady Mavericks away. Young with the serve receive. They'll set it up off the left side and down with the help of the net, Jalen Blackburn.
Yeah, great swing from Blackburn. We've seen her kind of heat up here in this second match of the night. And the Wolves go up by 3.
And Loretta Shada will serve. And into the net. Didn't have the height. So service error and the side out to Sand Hills Valley, who trails 22-18. Briley Kramer played on the back row by Young. Comes back to Kinley Keefe, kept it alive, and Shada sends it over on 3. Played by Waker. They'll set it up for Bruns. Directs it. Kept alive. Keefe keeps it alive. And set over on 3, but outside the net. Outside the antenna, by Lorena Shada. But good effort by Twin Loop there.
Yeah, we've seen some really good plays, I think, from the libero position out of Kinley Keefe for Twin Loop.
Quick one by Twin Loop to send it over on 1. White sends it right back. And then with the left hand, Slagle. And that's going to work. Sand Hills Valley could just not muster enough to get it across on 3. So Twin Loop hang into that lead. It's a 2-point lead, 21-19. 4 away from tying up the match. Kramer digs it out. They'll set it up for Brunn. Standing spike. Punched up by Keefe. Bumped up by Lorena Shada and sent over by Cooper Keefe. Weems sets it up off the left side. And on the roll shot into the donut hole, Alexis Hagan gets that one. 21-20.
You know, in the first set, we saw a little separation. There's been no separation in this set. Seems like Sand Hills Valley's continued to be the one chasing, but, boy, they've never lost touch.
Floats it across as Hagan, dug there by Keefe. They'll set it up for Blackburn. Punched up by White, kept alive by Waker. Little miscommunication, but Bruns got just enough to get it over the net. They'll set it up for Bruns. Big swing off the hands of Blackburn, and we are tied at 21. And timeout going to be taken by Twin Loop. 21-21, set number 2. Sand Hills Valley ups 1-0.
Nebraska farmers. At Custer Federal State Bank, we know that agriculture is more than a job, it's a way of life. That's why we're proud to offer agricultural loans tailored to your needs. Whether you're looking to expand your operations, purchase new equipment, or manage daily expenses, our experienced team is here to help. With competitive rates, personalized service, we're your partners in growth. Visit Custer Federal State Bank today, where your future grows. Custer Federal State Bank, rooted in Nebraska, growing with you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
21-21, and this is such a huge point for an Apperson.
Yeah, pivotal point for sure. Sand Hills Valley will be the one serving.
Alexis Hagan. Middle serve. It floats across. Played back row by Young. Shot of the overpass, and right there is Bruns to make her pay. Didn't hit it hard, but just hit it into the open area. 22-21, Lady Mavericks. Hagan will serve again. Gives it a spin. Sets into it. Played by Keefe, back row, up to the front line. Shot up for Blackburn, standing spike into the net. That's one she had to step back on, and you don't always have that momentum carrying you forward. And now Sand Hills Valley 2 points away from winning the set and the match. Hagan, the service, floats it across. Played there by Blackburn, kept alive by Shada, dinked across by Keefe, taken by Weems. Back row attack by Waker, and that's going to work off the touch of Young. It came up just a bit short. It is set and match point for Sand Hills Valley. Senior Alexis Hagan steps into it. Played it down the line. Young there. Shot it. Back over to Keefe. Roll shot played by Waker. They'll set it up for Bruns. Big swing. Kept alive and swung across. Blackburn found the open zone on the back row.
Great play by Vincent to keep that ball alive, and then the placement by Blackburn to keep Twin Loop in the set.
24-22. Twin Loop still alive. They've got to be perfect for two serves. Haskell sends it across, taken by Waker. Sent over on three by White, dug out by Keefe. They'll set it up for a big swing by Young. Punched up by Waker. Kept alive nicely and then sent over on three by Bruns. Dug by Keefe. They'll get it up to Cooper Keefe. Pushes it across. Played back row by Kramer. Set up for Bruns. Rolls it across. Taken by Kinley Keefe. Pass over to Cooper Keefe. Pushes it down the line. That one's punched up by Hagan. Pass into the middle. Bruns blocked, but off the hands of Young on the Twin Loop side. And that is a winner. 25-22. Sand Hills Valley defeats Twin Loop in two sets, 25-20, 25-22, to pick up their fourth victory of the year and avenge last week's loss in the Brady Invitational. We'll take a timeout, come back, and get you ready for match number 3 here on 95.3.
Throughout October, when you shop at Gateway Motors, not only will you get a great set of wheels, but you'll be helping a great cause as well. Gateway Motors has partnered with Melham Medical Center and Sandhill Strong this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A percentage of every single vehicle sold at Gateway in October will benefit breast cancer patient care, mammograms, cancer screenings, follow-up care, and other patient needs. Buy a car, do some breast cancer awareness good at Gateway Motors in Broken Bow.
Radio coverage of the Twin Loop Wolves is being brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters, whose members include Grant Farm Supply, Gum Auction and Realty, Hamilton Telecommunications, Hermsmeyer Agronomy, Hilltop Ranch, James and Janice Barron, Joe and Cindy Horkey, KCNI KBBN, Krause Angus Ranch, Louie's Body Shop, Marvin and Joyce Dowse, Maverick Truck Stop and Trotter Feed, and Modern Movement LLC. Enjoy the broadcast brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters.
The Grocery Cart is happy to sponsor this sports broadcast. Inside GK Wine and Spirits, the key word for us is variety. We have a large selection of Nebraska-made beers and a bunch of seltzer choices too. There's a wine that will pair well with any meal. Our shelves are full with everything from sweet to dry. Did I mention awesome prices? For your good time or to wind down your day, shop GK Wine and Spirits inside the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow.
When the big game day arrives, you need a vehicle you can count on. Trotter Service has you covered. Offering full-service auto repair, tire sales, oil changes, and more, Trotter Service is your trusted hometown shop for reliable vehicle care. Whether you're heading to the game or driving every day, their expert team keeps your ride running strong. Schedule an appointment at trotterstirepros.com or call 872-6801. Your hometown automotive repair and tire store, Trotter Service.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref.
That's simple human sense.
Hi, this is Nate Bell with High Street Insurance and Financial Services in Broken Bow. See us online at hsip.com. See possible.
Prepare your lawn for the long winter by applying Winterizer Fertilizer from Arrow Seed now. Winterizer Fertilizer promotes rejuvenation and recovery from summer stress and builds a strong, healthy plant for better winter survival. Choose from the 16-pound bag that covers 5,000 square feet or the 50-pound professional-grade controlled release formula that covers 15,000 square feet. By applying these highly effective Winterizer Fertilizer formulas now, you are giving your lawn a healthy head start when spring arrives. Stop in to Arrow Seed in Broken Bow for your winter fertilizer today.
Nebraska State Bank is where hometown pride meets hometown banking. They're proud to offer a full range of personal and business banking services, including checking and savings accounts, home and agriculture loans, and convenient online mobile banking. Nebraska State Bank will help you score whether you're buying your first home, growing a business, or planning for the future. With branches in Broken Bow, Myrna, and Callaway, they are your trusted teammate. Enjoy the broadcast brought to you by Nebraska State Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
And we come back to Arnold High School. Well, 2 matches are in the books here at the South Loop Triangular. Just a moment ago, Sandhills Valley able to pick up their 4th win of the season as they hold off Twin Loop in straight sets, winning 25-20 in the first and 25-22 in the second. Earlier tonight to start the evening, South Loop winning over Twin Loop 25-18 and 25-20. So that'll bring us into our final match of the night. Sandhills Valley and South Loop. One of these teams is going to go 2-0 tonight. We'll find out who it is coming up shortly. We'll transition into coverage of our final match of the night after these words on KBBN Radio.
Is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Breast cancer affects 1 in 8 women, but with early detection, the 5-year survival rate is 99%. Early detection is key, and here at Melham, we have 3D mammography that helps find up to 60% of breast cancer sooner than 2D. In 2025, an estimated 316,950 women and 2,800 men will be diagnosed with invasive breast cancer. Chances are you know at least one person who has been personally affected by breast cancer. Melham Medical Center is proud to continue to partner with you to inspire healthy living through quality care.
From fields in Nebraska to projects around the world, Sargent Irrigation's roots run deep in the heartland. They believe in hard work, strong teams, and supporting the communities they serve. That's why they're proud to help deliver every thrilling moment of high school and Husker sports right to your radio. Even if you can't be there in person, you won't miss a play. This broadcast is made possible in part by Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow, where hometown pride goes the distance.
Cheering for champions at every level, Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency is here for our communities and our athletes. With offices in Broken Bow and Callaway and locations throughout Nebraska, they deliver personal service backed by statewide strength. From home and auto to farm, crop, and business insurance, their team makes sure you're covered because strong teams need strong support. In Nebraska, by Nebraskans, for Nebraskans. Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, your game plan for peace of mind.
And we come back to Arnold as we transition into our final match of the night. And as we do so, we want to say thanks to these sponsors who are bringing you live coverage of our final match of the night. Radio coverage of South Loop and Sandhills Valley being brought to you in part by Mills Hardware, Prairie Eye Care, Callaway Market, South Loop Community Pharmacy, Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, Agribest Feeds of Callaway, Kimbers in Stapleton, Rain Dance Repair, and Rocks Underground. Also helping us with our coverage tonight, Fort County Heating and Air, Klang Financial, Backbone of Healthcare, Thrive-In Financial, and Pinnacle Bank of Arnold. We also want to say thanks to those businesses who are bringing you our live video stream of tonight's matches. They include tonight Insurance of the Heartland, Culligan of Broken Bow, Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, Mead Lumber, Grocery Cart, Nebraska State Bank, BD, Power Solutions, A1 Auto Repair, First State Insurance, and H&R Block. Final match of the night coming up, Sandhills Valley versus South Loop next on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Mills Hardware is proud to support the local athletes. From painting to tools, sporting goods to office supplies, Mills Hardware is the place to go. Always remember, if they don't have it, they will try to get it for you. They have 155 different suppliers that they work with and offer services like hunting, fishing, and park permits, key making, and more. They thank you for your continued patronage of their store. You're very important to them. Thank you from the Mills Hardware and Feed team.
When the crowd is there, you want to bring your A game.
You've practiced hard. You've thrown, caught, run, jumped, tackled, set, and spiked plenty in practice over the years.
Then a basketball meets your face.
Next game, it happens again.
You get flashbacks of that volleyball that did the same darn thing.
I'm Dr. Jeff Sanger.
And I'm Dr. Jinsey Ross.
If you're fighting a blur other than your running speed, schedule an appointment with us at Prairie Eye Care. Whether in sports or everyday life, we want you seeing 20/20.
Prairie Eye Care is proud to support this broadcast of high school athletics.
At the Callaway Market, they're excited to offer great prices to their valued customers, thanks to the Good Buys program. This program not only helps keep prices affordable, but also gives back thousands of dollars in rewards and products. Callaway Market is known for its top quality meats and fresh, vibrant produce. On Mondays, seniors can enjoy a 10% discount. The market is open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sunday from 11 to 5. Visit Callaway Market today.
The staff at South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway is proud to be a sponsor of this sports broadcast. They support all the area athletes and are pleased to be a part of the South Loop Bobcat community. Their pharmacy provides knowledge on what is best for you and your family members. Stop in and talk to them today. South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway, knowing you by name, not just a refill number.
As October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we are reminded of the importance of annual mammograms. According to the American Cancer Society, 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. The Callaway District Hospital is proud to offer the most advanced imaging in 3D digital mammography. 3-dimensional imaging can detect new cancers sooner than regular 2D mammograms alone. Early detection is key to increasing your survival rate. Please call 308-836-2228 to schedule your 3D mammogram. The Callaway District Hospital.
Agribest Feeds of Callaway has the products you need to get ahead and stay ahead of pesky flies this year. Their Sweet Pro Lick Tubs and Redmond Salt are all available with pure garlic extract for maximum potency and pest control. They also have other fly control products to help out, like dust, rubs, fly tags, Justifly, and pour-ons. Check out Agribest Feeds for all your ranching and pet needs. Don't forget they have stuff for the humans too, like colloidal silver, real salt, boots, and gloves. Agribest Feeds behind the Community Center in Callaway.
And we come back to Arnold High School, getting ready for our final match of the night, Sand Hills Valley against South Loop. Both teams have been victorious tonight. South Loop winning the opening match of the evening by defeating Twin Loop 25-18, 25-20. Sand Hills Valley winners over Twin Loop in straight sets, 25-20 in the first, and then had to come from behind in set number 2, but got on a roll late, and Sand Hills Valley would take the second set 25-22 to win 2-0 over the Lady Wolves earlier tonight. So as we bring Larry Cotner back into the broadcast area, somebody is going to walk out of here 2-0. It really sets up to be a good final match, I think.
And, you know, when we were talking about how this might affect the seedings with the Mid-Nebraska Activities Conference volleyball tournament here in a couple weeks, when we came in here, Twin Loop was the number 6 seed. That may change because the winner of this one may move up another slot into that 6th spot, and the other one might hang in there at number 7 or move up to 7, depending on how it all kind of goes. And, you know, this is a golden opportunity for both these teams to carry some momentum going into that conference tournament.
Should be a good one coming up. It's our final match of the night. Sand Hills Valley against South Loop next on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Broadcast is being brought to you in part by Kimbers, proud Sand Hills Valley Maverick supporters. From fuel to food, when you're on the go, turn towards Kimbers on Highway 83, just outside of Stapleton. Pick up a snack to fuel yourself up, or pull up to the pumps and get your vehicle ready to hit the road. The next time you're driving down Highway 83 and need a pit stop, make sure you stop at Kimbers. They're happy to help bring you this sports broadcast while cheering on the Sand Hills Valley Mavericks.
Rich Runlet with Rain Dance Repair, proud to be your local connection for Beehive pivot monitoring and control systems, as well as soup cup bins. Whether you're needing to get your augers up to date and bins repaired or need a new system, Rain Dance Repair can help. If you haven't heard about Beehive Smart Connected Technology, give Rich a call. He'll get you set up for monitoring and control of your pivots without subscription fees, while also saving time and money. Call Rich at Rain Dance Repair at 870-4455, your local Sioux Cup and Beehive Ag Connection.
Rocks Underground serves Central Nebraska with expertise in water and irrigation services. Need some help? Call Rocky Dockweiler at 870-3457. Rocky salutes the student athletes of the area and all the hard work they put in each and every season and is very proud of the young men and women that live in Central Nebraska. Enjoy this broadcast, brought to you in part by Rocky Dockweiler with Rocks Underground in Oconto.
Taylor Heating and Cooling, based in Broken Bow, provides professional heating and cooling services for both homes and businesses. Their team handles repairs, installations, annual maintenance, new construction, ductwork remodels, and exhaust ventilation with reliability and expertise. Call 308-872-6196 or visit TaylorHeatingandCoolingBB.com and schedule an appointment today.
And again, we bring you back to Arnold High School. Teams completing their warm-ups as we get ready for the final match of the night. Well, this sports broadcast is being brought to you by Fort County Heating and Air. Owners Brian and Austin serve the area with more than 20 years of combined experience in the industry. Call for a free estimate and timely service for Fort County Heating and Air in Broken Bow. Call 872-2258. Here are your starters for the final match of the night for Sand Hills Valley. Sophomore Avery Weems, senior Rihanna Bruns, Alexis Hagan is a senior, Briley Kramer Jr., Navia White is a junior, Izzy Waker sophomore, and the libero Kelsey Amos a senior. For South Loop tonight, their starters will be the libero Charlie Pandor, 5'6" junior. Ray Hagler is a 5'6" sophomore. Gracie Brennan will see her, 5'5" freshman. Olivia Fitzgerald, 5'4" sophomore. Nashe Heidel, 5'6" senior. Emma Stahlbomber, 6' sophomore. And Aubrey Burkle, a 5'9" senior. It's South Loop against Sand Hills Valley. We are just about ready to go. Great to have you along. Brent Apperson, Larry Cotner, been with you through the evening behind the microphone. It's been our pleasure to call the matches for you tonight. Jack Simpson has been here. He's been working behind the camera. We're live on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. And we're also live with our video stream as well. You can watch the action accompanied by the radio call by going to sandhillsexpress.com and tuning into the Sand Hills Express Facebook page and Sand Hills Express YouTube channel.
Well, you and I have called a few volleyball triangulars this season, and not a lot of them have actually gone to the third match before it was decided. We've seen quite a few of them decided earlier, either in the first or third, the second, or possibly even the third, with a team that was not the winning, the undefeated team. So here we got the winner of the first set, or the first match, and the winner of the second match going for the win in the third match.
Yeah, someone's going to go 2-0 tonight, and we are about to find out who it will be. South Loop's going to open up with the serve. Nashe Heidel will be the one serving. And here we go. Serve is on its way, off hands. That is an ace. And it's brought to you by Pinnacle Bank in Arnold. Throughout the match, you will hear South Loop Ace serves being brought to you by Pinnacle Bank in Arnold because they love the Bobcats. Heidel ready, serves it again, handled by Bruns, and that'll get to the floor again. Back-to-back ace service brought to you by Pinnacle Bank of Arnold. Heidel trying to keep the run going. Just underway. Start of the opening set. Pass at the net. It will not be returned. Another ace serve brought to you by Pinnacle Bank of Arnold.
Open up that cash drawer and go cha-ching, cha-ching.
Heidel sends it across. This one handled by Waker. They'll bump it up in the air. The return this time, but it's long and out. And so Heidel has come out strong behind the service line, serving 4 in a row. Nashe had a great opening match earlier tonight against Twin Loop in the attack department, setting the tone here early from the service line. Sand Hills Valley will have it sent over by Bruns on the third. Free ball for South Loop. They'll set it outside for Fitzgerald. Block back, kept alive at the net. Over the net now to Sand Hills Valley side. Set up outside for the attack. Off hands. Doug kept alive for the moment, but South Loop will not be able to return.
Well, and that actually was the first time that Sand Hills Valley was able to get it over on the other side on the return, and once they got it back, they were able to finally do something with it.
Sand Valley libero Kelsey Amos at the service line, sends it across, picked up by Fitzgerald. Hagler runs to it, sets up Burkle, who sets it deep, punched up in the air off the right hand of Bruns, and then returned by Waker on the third. Free ball South Loop as they go to the middle for Stahlbomber. It's long and out. Point, Sand Hills Valley.
You know, Sand Hills Valley saw this movie before. When they played Twin Loop in this last match, they were down 4-0 in the second set, but came back and won that one.
Amos sends it across, off the ceiling, down to the floor. South Loop not able to return. And the point will go to Sand Hills Valley. Amos ready, trying to bring the Mavericks tied here. Serve on its way, handled by Stump, who's into the match. Stahlbomber will roll it over. Sand Hills Valley has the pass go up into the ceiling. They stay with it and send it back on the third. Hagler sets middle for Stahlbomber. The swing over the block and to the floor.
Yeah, where she had to really reach back for that one. It took a lot off of it, and that allowed for it to fall right in the donut hole.
On the rotation, Burkle will come out. Brennan, the freshman, comes in to go to the service line. South Loop 5, Sand Hills Valley 3, opening set of our final match of the night. Set up near side for the attack. Kramer takes it off hands, chasing South Loop, and they'll get it sent back on the third. Kept alive by Sand Hills Valley. They'll send it back. Returned by Stahlbomber. They'll play it at the net. Set up middle. Waker swing. Good.
Did a great job of avoiding the block of Emma Stahlbomber there.
South Loop 5, Sand Hills Valley 4. Burkle back into the match. As a serve comes from Sand Hills Valley. Hagler off the pass, goes to Stahlbomber. The swing punched up by Amos, returned on the second. Free ball South Loop. They'll go to Stahlbomber again in the middle. Catches the net, but has enough power to get over and find the floor.
And when it hits the net like that, it just throws off the defense's timing every time.
Olivia Fitzgerald to the service line. Opening set of our final match of the night. South Loop leading early 6-4. Fitzgerald sends it across. They'll bump it up in the air for the attack. Kept alive, and then on the return from South Loop and actually touched the rafter. And when it does that, as it goes over the net, plays dead, and the point will end up going to Sand Hills Valley.
Yeah, you can play it on your own side, but not on the opposite.
Waker serves it into the net. Service error. South Loop back in front by 2. Emma Stahlbomber to the service line. Stahlbomber puts it in play off the hands of Waker, and that's an ace. An ace serve for South Loop. Brought to you by Pinnacle Bank in Arnold. 8-5, South Loop here in the first. Stahlbomber ready, sends it across, punched up by Bruns, kept alive for the moment, but it will not be returned. Another serve that cannot be sent back, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank of Arnold, and a timeout on the court. We're in the opening set, South Loop 9, Sand Hills Valley 5.
Heart and integrity. At Palmer Monument in Broken Bow, those same qualities guide everything they do. Just as athletes push through challenges to reach victory, Palmer Monument's team works with dedication to design meaningful, lasting memorials for your loved ones. Crafted with pride and built to stand the test of time, they're committed to honoring every life with care and respect. Palmer Monument, designed with pride, sold with integrity, and always giving their very best, just like the athletes on the field.
Back to Arnold High School, out of the timeout. Stahlbomber returns to the service line. Emma ready, sends it across, in play. At the net, sent back on the second, reaching out to keep it alive, Stahlbomber, and then it's put into the net. South Loop not able to return. Point, Sand Hills Valley.
And Nashe Heidel trying to make a tough play there with that two-hand push near the net.
Kramer will be at the service line, played on the line by Burkle. and then returned by Hagler on the third. Free ball now for the Mavericks. Set up middle, Bruns into the block. Kept alive for the moment, but it will get to the floor. Point Mavericks. Sand Hills Valley with a nice response coming out of the timeout, and they're to within 2.
And it was how quickly Bruns got to that was the difference.
Hagler bumps it up over toward Heidel, sets it into the block, punched up at the net. Heidel plays it, goes over to the Sand Hills Valley side. Bruns a swing, and Rihanna Bruns able to finish the point to bring Sand Hills Valley to within 1.
Defense really wasn't in bad position that time for South Loop. She just twisted that off the side of her fist.
Briley Kramer the serve as Sand Hills Valley tries to tie it at the net. Hagler goes up and puts it down.
It's all about timing, and she had a perfect timing on that particular overpass.
And now Hagler to the service line. Serve in play. And it will be punched back by Bruns. Overpass. Starr not able to take advantage of it. Starr was at the net, saw the overpass coming, but just didn't get a real good attack on it. Goes out of bounds. Point Sand Hills Valley.
Yeah, she just needed to touch it across, but got angled off a little bit to the wrong side.
Alexis Hagan with the floater from the service line. They'll go middle to Heidel. Heidel knocks it through the block dugout, kept alive by Waker. Now Bruns takes over, sends it back. Hagler will go outside to Starr. The attack over the block, chasing Sand Hills Valley, and they will not be able to return. 11-9, South Loop leading in the opening set of our final match of the night. Starr to the service line. Starr sends it into the net. Point Sand Hills Valley. So now the Mavericks can tie it up as Bruns goes to the service line. Bruns puts it into the net. The teams exchange service errors, and the lead is back up to 2 for South Loop as Nashe Heidel, who started this set at the service line, goes back there now. Heidel puts it into the net, so both teams all of a sudden struggling getting the serve in play as it's just a 1-point difference again. Coming in, Kelsey Amos, the libero for Sand Hills Valley, and she'll go to the service line.
It's a warm night here in Arnold. The air conditioning's on, but, you know, by the time you get into a third match, you can wear down a little bit when you're serving that ball.
This one is in play. Hagler goes outside to Stahlbomber. Big swing, but it's long and out. South Loop wanted a touch, but they're not going to get the call. And we are tied at 12 here in the first set. So we break the tie as Amos remains at the service line for the Mavericks. Amos sends it across, played in the back row by Pandorf. They'll send it over to Stahlbomber. Big swing, returned, overpass. Stahlbomber mistimed her jump, but still able to get enough of the volleyball to send it back, and somehow it found the floor.
Boy, some big plays there. That was a big hit she hammered down, but Kelsey Amos dug it out nicely, sent it over, and then on the return, she just got enough of it to get it across.
Brennan comes in to serve. The attack by Waker is out. Missed it wide. Point South Loop. Well, South Loop gets a little bit of a lead. Sand Hills Valley comes back. Then South Loop gets a little bit of a lead again. South Loop by 2 now. They'll set the outside. The attack by Kramer off hands, and it will get to the floor.
And as we mentioned, Sand Hills Valley does not list their heights at all. But there's no question Briley Kramer plays way bigger than she is.
Yes, I would certainly agree with that. Weems with the serve. Hagler goes to Stahlbomber in the middle. Look out. Another kill for Emma Stahlbomber. South Loop 15, Sand Hills Valley 13 in the opening set. Olivia Fitzgerald to the service line, and it's out. Pandorf, the libero for South Loop, re-enters. Fitzgerald will come out. Now we're going to get a substitution for Sand Hills Valley as Kylie Conley, sophomore, is going to come in and serve for Waker, who will come out for the moment.
First substitution of the night for Sand Hills Valley.
Well, it was a good one. It's an ace. Conley with the ace serve, and now we're tied at 15. Conley sends it deep, played by Pandorf. Hagler will set it up for Stahlbomber. The swing kept alive, chasing after it is Weems. Sending it back is Hagan on the third. They'll go outside now to Starr. The swing over the block, punched up in the air by Conley, and then returned by Sand Hills Valley. They go middle this time for Stahlbomber. Dug out by Conley, sent back on one hit. Hagler at the net. Over to Stahlbomber again, trying to redirect it, and she finds the floor.
Did a great job. It was going to be close on whether it was in or out, but then Briley Kramer decided she thought maybe it was going to be in and tried to play it.
Connolly will come out. Waker is back into the match. South Loop with the serve, leading by 1. This opening set has been tight so far. Stahlbomber ready, puts it in play. Waker on the receive. Weems will set middle. The attack sent over with the left hand by Hagan. Now it's over to Starr. Starr with the swing, dug out by Waker. Weems will move to the setter position, set the outside for Kramer, kept alive by Hagler, and returned on the third. Sent back, overpass, trying to put it down. Heidel, and she does.
And that's a good way to take advantage of the defense being out of system. Heidel went right away at that attack to try to dump it down.
Stahlbomber, the serve, on its way. Chasing after it, Waker. Sand Hills Valley out of system, but they get it sent back, and the return will go to the floor. Again, some of those out-of-system returns are the toughest ones to pick up, it seems. Mavs back to within 1. Served by Kramer. Whistle. And we got movement by South Loop. Point Mavericks, and we're tied again.
I think they're saying that they were out of alignment, or out of rotation.
Well, it just seems like we've had a theme. South Loop goes up by 2, Sand Hills Valley ties it. South Loop goes up by 2, Sand Hills Valley ties it.
It's been a tight match all the way through.
We're tied now. Who's going to go in front at 17-17? Here's Heidel with the swing. Gets it over the net, played by Waker. Weems will set it to the outside. The attack by Hagan, dug out by Pandorf. Chasing Hagler, getting a swing. Heidel sends it across, played by Waker. Now the middle attack from Bruns into the net. Point, South Loop. Ray Hagler to the service line. South Loop 18, Sand Hills Valley 17 in the opening set. Serve just cleared the net. Pass into the net. It will not be returned. An ace serve for South Loop, sponsored by Pinnacle Bank of Arnold.
And there it is again, back to a 2-point advantage.
Hagler sends it across, played on the back line by Waker. Over to Brunn, she'll get a swing off hands, handled by Stahlbomber. They go to Starr on the left pin, able to send it across. Mavericks handle, trying to take it down the line is Hagan, but it's out of bounds. Point South Loop, and now the Bobcats go up by 3, and that's going to force a Sand Hills Valley timeout. You're listening to live coverage of high school volleyball on KBBN.
The hard work doesn't stop, and neither does Agland ATV. Supplying top quality ATVs, UTVs, parts, and accessories, Agland ATV in Broken Bow supports local athletes and families who know the value of dedication, both in and out of competition. Whether it's trail riding or farm work, Polaris machines help you power through every challenge with strength and endurance. Best of luck to all the athletes from Agland ATV, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Back to Arnold, the first to 20 here in this opening set. South Loop, they lead 20-17. Out of the timeout, Ray Hagler continues at the service line. Ray will send it across, in play. Pass up into the rafters. Sand Hills Valley stays with it, sends it back. Burkle runs to it. Over toward Starr. She gets it set over. Chance now for the Mavericks. Middle attack. Bruns, big swing, and she puts it on the line.
Yeah, not only a big swing, but a well-placed swing. She found that open zone on the right side.
Alexis Hagan, senior, will go to the service line. South Loop 20, Sand Hills Valley 18. We play in the opening set. Hagan ready, sends it across. Hagler will go outside to Burkle. Sends it over the block, covered by the Mavericks. Return back by Weems, and that'll get to the floor. Weems able to take it off hands. And now the Mavericks coming back again, have an opportunity to tie it up.
Back and forth we go.
Hagan at the service line. Serve on its way. It's long and out. Service error. Point South Loop. Bobcats go up by 2. Starr to the service line for South Loop. Serve is on its way, in play. Shank pass kept alive by Hagan. The return from Kramer into the net. South Loop up 22-19.
And that was not a design hit from the back row for Kramer, and she just tried to punch it across a little bit out of, just a little bit out of position.
Starr sends it across. They'll set middle. The attack by White, and she places it on the back line. Boy, what a placement from White. Saw the opening right on the back line and put it right where it had to be.
That's like a nice soft snowflake falling down the way that came across.
Bruns with the big serve, dug out by South Loop. They'll send it back on the third. Free ball, Mavericks. They'll set middle for Waker. Big swing. And the Mavericks are back to within 1.
Well, for all you folks watching it on the video, you may have heard it on the radio with that slap.
Mavericks can tie it again. Bruns into the net. Service error. Point South Loop. Well, it's been very close this opening set, but Sand Hills Valley's always been playing from behind. They'll get down by 2 or 3. Here's Heidel with the serve. Weems will go to Waker on the near side pin, going cross court, hit it out. It's wide and out, and it brings up set point, South Loop.
One thing I've noticed from all 3 teams here tonight, when they go crisscross, they need to learn maybe a little better to bring it in closer and not try to hit it so hard.
Heidel the serve, Sand Hills Valley out of system. They will get it sent back. Free ball, South Loop. Hagler goes middle to Stahlbomber, the swing. It's good! It caught the back line. And South Loop takes the opening set, 25-21. We'll come back to Arnold after these words on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Mills Hardware is proud to support the local athletes. From painting to tools, sporting goods to office supplies, Mills Hardware is the place to go. Always remember, if they don't have it, they will try to get it for you. They have 155 different suppliers that they work with and offer services like hunting, fishing, and park permits, key making, and more. They thank you for your continued patronage of their store. You're very important to them. Thank you from the Mills Hardware and Feed team.
When the crowd is there, you want to bring your A game.
You've practiced hard. You've thrown, caught, run, jumped, tackled, set, and spiked plenty in practice over the years.
Then a basketball meets your face.
Next game, it happens again.
You get flashbacks of that volleyball that did the same darn thing.
I'm Dr. Jeff Sanger.
And I'm Dr. Jinsey Ross.
If you're fighting a blur other than your running speed, schedule an appointment with us at Prairie Eye Care. Whether in sports or everyday life, we want you seeing 20/20.
Prairie Eye Care is proud to support this broadcast of high school athletics.
Well, the two teams not taking any time really between sets. They're back out ready to go. We do have time, though, to say that Thrivent Financial is proud to support the area teams as they work hard to achieve their goals. Representative Scott Harvey wants to help you with your financial goals by creating a strategy that reflects your priorities and protects what matters most to you. For insurance, investments, or planning for retirement, call Scott Harvey and Thrivent Financial at 872-2511. Well, they'll check the rotation, make sure everybody's in the right spot. And we are just about ready to go with set number 2. The opening set went to South Loop. They won it 25-21. Sand Hills Valley opens with the serve here in set number 2. Amos will be at the service line for the Mavericks. And we're underway in set 2. That one will not clear the net. And the first point of the set goes to South Loop. Nashe Heidel at the service line. Heidel sends it to the back row, and that's an ace. Boy, she's had a few of those tonight, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank of Arnold.
Yeah, she's been very tough back there at the service line and on the front line here tonight.
Heidel puts it in play. Good pass this time. They'll set the outside, the attack, trying to take it down the line, handled by Hagler. Back the other way, it's Fitzgerald. Punched up in the air by Amos. Nobody takes the pass, and it will get to the floor. Point South Loop.
South Loop jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the first set, but had to battle it all the way till the finish. We'll see what happens here if they can continue on the run.
Heidel from the middle of the service line. Amos, a good receive. Quick set over by Weems, covered by the libero Pandor. Fitzgerald on the outside pin. Hits it into the net. Point Mavericks.
Kind of caught that one on her way down.
Addison Stump will come in to replace Heidel. She'll come into play defensively in the back row. Serving Sand Hills Valley. Sending it across, Avery Weems. Hagler goes outside to Stahlbomber. Off hands, kept alive by Weems. Now they'll set it to Amos, hitting out of the back row. Played by Pandorf. They'll set up Stahlbomber, middle this time. The left-hand tip. Handled, returned by Sand Hills Valley. Hagler will go outside to Fitzgerald. The swing, kept alive, returned by Waker, but a whistle, and it will be a lift called against Sand Hills Valley.
Yeah, that was one of those, it's kind of like that was almost like a left-handed hook shot that you would see in basketball.
The freshman Gracie Brennan back in for South Loop. Brennan will serve it a floater to the back row. Played nicely by Amos. They'll set middle. Kramer the attack, and it's good. Briley Kramer with the kill.
Well, she's fearless. She goes in there against the talls and takes it right to them.
Izzy Waker, sophomore, to the service line. South Loop 4, Sand Hills Valley 2. We play in the second set. South Loop leads the match 1-0 as that serve is not able to be handled by South Loop. And so it'll be an ace. Ace for Waker, and now Sand Hills Valley has an opportunity to tie, but that serve goes into the net. And the Bobcats go up 5-3.
Looked like Izzy Waker kind of lost her balance a little bit right as she was about to hit that.
To the service line, Olivia Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald puts it in play. Waker on the receive. Quick set back by Weems. Played by the Bobcats. He'll go outside to Starr for the attack. Played by Amos at the net. Pass into the net. Sand Hills Valley not able to return. Point South Loop, and now the Bobcats go up 6-3 in the early points of set number 2. Fitzgerald puts it in play. That is going to be an ace. An ace serve for South Loop, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank of Arnold.
Boy, they have had a lot of aces in this match.
7-3, South Loop in the second set. They lead the match 1-0. Fitzgerald, another good serve. This one picked up better by Amos. Now Bruns going with the left hand. Hits it into the net. It is 8-3 South Loop in the second set. Timeout Sand Hills Valley. You're listening to High School Volleyball on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Market, they're excited to offer great prices to their valued customers thanks to the Good Buys program. This program not only helps keep prices affordable, but also gives back thousands of dollars in rewards and products. Callaway Market is known for its top quality meats and fresh, vibrant produce. On Mondays, seniors can enjoy a 10% discount. The market is open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sunday from 11 to 5. Visit Callaway Market today.
Back to Arnold. 8-3 is our score in set number 2. South Loop leading 8-3. South Loop won the opening set 25-21. Out of the timeout, Olivia Fitzgerald continues at the service line, sends it across. Weems will set the middle, sending it back is Hagan. Chance for South Loop, they go middle to Stahlbomber, big swing off the hands of Bruns, played by Sand Hills Valley. Back set to Kramer, she'll send it over the block, played by Stump in the back row. Starr on the outside pin, off hands, and it will get to the floor.
Well, South Loop just looks like they're playing with so much more confidence in both their matches here tonight.
Yeah, I would agree. You can see the confidence growing for sure. They have opened up a 9-3 advantage. Fitzgerald, that's an ace. Another ace serve for South Loop, brought to you by the Pinnacle Bank of Arnold.
Kelsey Amos not sure if she wanted to play that or not, but then the ball just kind of ate her up. She had no choice but to give it a play.
Fitzgerald sends that one long and out. Service error, but a good run by Fitzgerald. Now it'll be up to Sand Hills Valley to see if they can do some things with their service game and try to get back into this second set. They trail 10-4. Remember, South Loop leads the match 1-0. The return chased after by South Loop and sending it back. Starr somehow found the floor. And again, it's those out-of-system returns that sometimes can be just tough to pick up, and we've kind of seen that tonight from all teams involved.
And Asa Starr has really played well this evening off the bench and in a reserve role. She's come in there and given them a spark a number of times.
Stahlbomber the serve. Hagan will set it for Bruns. Big swing, but it's out. Point, South Loop. South Loop taking control now of this second set. They lead 12-4. Stahlbomber the serve, puts it in play. Waker on the receive. They'll set it up for Kramer hitting out of the back row. Dug out by Stahlbomber. Heidel's going to set it up for Starr. Sets it over the block. Nice cover by Weems. Bruns reaches back, sends it back. Stahlbomber reaches out. Kept alive by Hagler. Returned by Starr. On the third, Weems will go middle for Bruns. The attack off the hand of Pandorf to the floor.
And Bruns went after that one pretty quickly to get it over to the center that she could attack while South Loop was still scrambling.
Alexis Hagan, senior, to the service line. South Loop 12, Sand Hills Valley 5 in the second set. South Loop leads the match 1-0. Heidel going to get a swing, and it's good. I think that bump set actually came down off one of the rafters. I think it made contact, and Heidel was still able to get a swing on it.
Yeah, it did. It hit off the rafter, and she still was able to square up and get that correctly.
13-5, South Loop here in the second set. Ray Hagler with the serve. Hagan back sets it for Bruns. Punched up in the air by Stahlbomber. Hagler stays with it. Heidel returns it, but it's wide and out. Point will go to Sand Hills Valley.
Trying to work the corner, but still just a little too much.
Bruns to the service line for the Mavericks. Bruns will send it across, played by Burkle. Now Burkle off the return set, hits it into the net. Point, Sand Hills Valley.
And for the Lady Mavericks, now is the time they've got to get going. They've cut it down to 6. They're down 1-0. They have to get it in gear right now.
Bruns the serve. Hagler bumps it up in the air. Heidel gets another swing. Played this time by Weems. Hagan sets the middle for Waker. Block back, sent back by White of Sand Hills Valley. Now it's Heidel in the middle again. Through the block and good.
Now Heidel with the answer, though.
South Loop 14, Sand Hills Valley 7. We play in the second set. South Loop leads the match 1-0. Starr the serve. Played on the back line. Bruns keeps it alive. Waker, roll shot over. Pass up to the net. South Loop not able to return. Coming in for Sand Hills Valley, the libero, Kelsey Amos. She'll go to the service line. Amos Sends it across, picked up by Fitzgerald, who is checked back in. Olivia will send it over on the third. Played by Bruns. They'll bump it up over toward Kramer, gets it over, but played nicely by the Bobcats. The attack from Fitzgerald, punched up in the air, overpass, and Nashe Heidel, who has had quite the night, able to put it down at the net.
Did a great job of doing that and not driving through and touching the net.
15-8, South Loop. Heidel with the serve. Weems will go to Waker in the middle, and that's good. Well, if Sand Hills Valley is going to get back in this match and back into this set, you feel like it's going to start with Waker and Bruns.
Yeah, it has to. I mean, they've been the offensive force for the Lady Mavericks tonight.
Weems with the serve. Kept alive by Burkle. Returned by Hagler on the third. Free ball for Sand Hills Valley. Outside attack. Kramer takes it off hands. Kept alive by Stump. Fitzgerald there to send it back on the third. Another chance for the Mavericks. Outside attack by Hagan. She finds the floor.
Nice finesse shot from Hagan that time.
Mavericks to within 5. Weems at the service line. Avery puts it in play. Dug out by Fitzgerald. Kept alive by Hagler. Returned by Stahlbomber, but it's wide. And oh no, it's in. She went to signal out, and then it caught the line. That's good. 16-10, South Loop.
That's kind of like the wind-up to pointing in on that one. It was very close.
Gracie Brennan back into the match. The freshman sends it across. Back set, Waker, the swing, block back, and it's good. I think the block from Stahlbomber caught an arm of someone from Sand Hills Valley, and scoring the point is South Loop.
Yeah, that's what the up official signaled, that it was touched.
Brennan with the serve. Overpass, Stahlbomber terminates.
Boy, and if you're Sand Hills Valley, you can't let it float up there at the net with Emma Stahlbomber up there.
All South Loop in the second set. They lead it 18-10.
South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway is proud to be a sponsor of this sports broadcast. They support all the area athletes and are pleased to be a part of the South Loop Bobcat community. Their pharmacy provides knowledge on what is best for you and your family members. Stop in and talk to them today. South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway, knowing you by name, not just a refill number.
Your friends at Clank Financial are honored to help with any of your health and life insurance questions, as well as any retirement planning needs you may have. Reach them at 872-6810, Clank Financial, downtown Broken Bow at 940 South D Street. Brent Apperson, Larry Kottner with you behind the mic tonight. Jack Simpson with us behind the camera. We're live on KBBN Radio and with our live video stream through Sand Hills Express. Freshman Gracie Brennan continues at the service line. Puts it in play again. Shank pass handled by Amos. Returned by Bruns. Hagler bump sets it for Fitzgerald. Punched up in the air by Bruns. Returned on one hit. Stahlbomber the return. It's good.
And I think Emma Stahlbomber just caught the defense, not expecting that one, the spike on the second hit.
South Loop trying to close this out in straight sets. They lead in the second, 19-10. Brennan continues at the service line. Set up near side for the attack, sending it over. Hagan covered by Brennan. Now Stahlbomber in the middle. Another kill for Emma Stahlbomber. And boy, you look at Stahlbomber and Heidel for South Loop tonight, Larry. They both have been outstanding in the attack department.
And that's two players you can really build your team around as you finish off the regular season here in 2025.
Brennan the serve, puts it in play again. Shank pass into the net. Point South Loop on the ace serve. Brought to you by Pinnacle Bank of Arnold. And South Loop now just 4 away from the match. Going to get a substitution now for Sand Hills Valley. Luella Joneman, sophomore, is going to come in. as Brennan gets ready to serve. Floats it to the back row. Played by Amos. Chasing after it, Weems. Hagan there to send it back. Hagler goes outside to Fitzgerald to swing into the net. Point, Mavericks. Now Connolly is going to come back in for Sand Hills Valley. She'll replace Waker as Connolly will go to the service line. Saw her do that earlier in the match, and she was effective at the service line. We'll see what happens here. Sends it deep and out. It's long. Point, South Loop. And now the Bobcats are just 3 away from the match.
You know, when you have hard hitters on the service line in high school, consistency is always the toughest thing to achieve.
Fitzgerald serves it into the net. Service error. Point, Sand Hills Valley. Judeman will go to the service line. Sand Hills Valley needs to make something happen from the service line right now. South Loop jumped out in the, now wait a minute. We're going to get a substitution. Yeah, we are. Kramer's going to come back in, and she's going to go to the service line. So Kramer will come in to serve. South Loop leading 22-12 here in the second set. South Loop took a very competitive first set, 25-21. Serve on the way from Kramer. Handled by Stump, and that's going to get down. South Loop not able to return. Point, Sand Hills Valley.
There was some last-second adjusting for South Loop just before that serve, and they were still kind of trying to figure out things when that came to the front line.
Briley Kramer with the serve. Cameron Kramer is in for South Loop. She gets the swing. Handled by the Mavericks. Now Bruns coming back the other way, but it's long and out. Point, South Loop.
Yeah, Coach Myers giving an opportunity to some other players to jump into the varsity here tonight. And same with Coach Preston.
Heidel will come back into the match. Stump will come out at the service line as Ray Hagler, as South Loop is just 2 away from the match. Hagler will put it in play. Hagan will set it for Waker out of the back row. Big swing, but somehow handled by Hagler. But then the pass goes up into the ceiling area. Again, it's so hard to judge it when it comes down after it gets hung up in the rafters. South Loop not able to return. The point goes to the Mavericks.
And you know, the 3 teams that have played tonight, South Loop's probably gone deeper to the bench than anyone.
Pandorf to Libero sends it toward the front. Cameron Kramer sends it across. Now Hagan will go middle to Bruns, sends it over with the left hand. There to cover is Heidel. Kramer with the attack for South Loop, long and out. Point to Sand Hills Valley. Well, you like the fight that the Mavericks are showing here. Down big in this second set. Trying to chip away as Hagan sends it across. Hagler will go to the back row. Pandorf takes over and sends it over on the third. Free ball for the Mavericks. Bruns, middle attack, off hands, kept alive, returned on the third. Set up middle, Bruns again. This time it's good.
Well, that just kind of pinballed around that time on that attack from Bruns, but it came right back to her and she had another opportunity.
Substitution for South Loop. Heidel out. Stump in to play the back row. Serve on the way from Hagan. Picked up by Pandorf. Hagler will go middle to Cameron Kramer. The big swing punched up in the air. It hangs in the rafters. It ping-pongs around. And then it's sent back on the third by Sand Hills Valley. Stahlbomber on the outside. Punched up in the air by Waker. Now it's White with the attack. Trying to place it. Covering his Stump. They'll go middle this time for Kramer. Dug out, kept alive by the Mavericks, but they will not be able to return. And now it is set and match point for South Loop at 24-16 in the second. South Loop trying to collect their 4th match win of the year. But first, are we going to get a sub? Or are we just building the drama before match point is served?
Well, there's 6 on the court.
Well, the floor official went to the scorer's table, I think, maybe to make sure they had the right person at the service line.
And they didn't. Now they do.
And it will be Ray Hagler. This is set and match point at 24-16 in the second set. Hagler will put it in play. Handled by Waker. Back set for Bruns. The swing, it's long and out. And South Loop goes 2-0 at their home triangular as they win it here in set number 2 and take a straight set victory over Sand Hills Valley to pick up their 4th match win of the year. We'll come back and wrap it up from here in Arnold after these words on KBBN Radio.
As October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we are reminded of the importance of annual mammograms. According to the American Cancer Society, 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. The Callaway District Hospital is proud to offer the most advanced imaging in 3D digital mammography. 3-dimensional imaging can detect new cancers sooner than regular 2D mammograms alone. Early detection is key to increasing your survival rate. Please call 308-836-2228 to schedule your 3D mammogram. The Callaway District Hospital.
Agribest Feeds of Callaway has the products you need to get ahead and stay ahead of pesky flies this year. Their Sweet Pro Lick Tubs and Redmond Salt are all available with pure garlic extract for maximum potency and pest control. They also have other fly control products to help out, like dust, rubs, fly tags, Justifly, and pour-ons. Check out Agribest Feeds for all your ranching and pet needs. Don't forget they have stuff for the humans too, like colloidal silver, real salt, boots, and gloves. Agribest Feeds behind the Community Center in Callaway.
This sports broadcast is being brought to you in part by Kimbers, proud Sand Hills Valley Mavericks supporters. From fuel to food, when you're on the go, turn towards Kimbers on Highway 83, just outside of Stapleton. Pick up a snack to fuel yourself up, or pull up to the pumps and get your vehicle ready to hit the road. The next time you're driving down Highway 83 and need a pit stop, make sure you stop at Kimbers. They're happy to help bring you this sports broadcast while cheering on the Sand Hills Valley Mavericks.
Rich Runlet with Rain Dance Repair, proud to be your local connection for Beehive pivot monitoring and control systems, as well as soup cup bins. Whether you're needing to get your augers up to date and bins repaired or need a new system, Rain Dance Repair can help. If you haven't heard about Beehive Smart Connected Technology, give Rich a call. He'll get you set up for monitoring and control of your pivots without subscription fees, while also saving time and money. Call Rich at Rain Dance Repair at 870-4455, your local Sioux Cup and Beehive Ag Connection.
Rocks Underground serves Central Nebraska with expertise in water and irrigation services. Need some help? Call Rocky Dockweiler at 870-3457. Rocky salutes the student athletes of the area and all the hard work they put in each and every season, and is very proud of the young men and women that live in Central Nebraska. Enjoy this broadcast, brought to you in part by Rocky Dockweiler with Rocks Underground in Oconto.
Well, as we come back to wrap it up from here in Arnold, don't let low back and leg pain reduce your quality of life. Studies suggest spinal manipulation as the first method of treatment. Having pain, call Dr. Chad Hackle with Backbone of Healthcare at 872-2171, or visit them Monday through Friday on South 9th Avenue in Broken Bow. Well, we are done here at the South Loop Triangular. The big winner tonight was the host team. South Loop goes 2-0 tonight. They win the opening match over Twin Loop 25-18, 25-20, and then they win the final match over Sand Hills Valley 25-21, 25-16. Big night for the Bobcats, who equal tonight their win total coming in.
Yeah, and you know, Brent, they've had some struggles throughout the season, and we saw them last week up at Anselmo Myrna, and tonight they just seem to click a little bit better. You've got a couple of players, I think, that you can really build on with Emma Stahlbaumer and then Nashe Heidel, who both not only played well on the front line, they hit well from the back line, and they served well tonight. Then you had Asa Starr. We hadn't seen Asa Starr really a lot of action earlier, and she stepped in off the bench and really added a lot to the team. They built a little bit of depth. They played with a lot of confidence. Look for this team to maybe get better as the season ends up.
Always fun for us to cover an all-area triangular. Enjoyed being here to follow South Loop and Twin Loop and Sand Hills Valley, and we'll be watching them as they continue through the season. Before we go, we want to give a final shout out to some of our sponsors for the night. Throughout the evening, you've been hearing these ads run because they are the ones who sponsor all of our high school sports coverage throughout the year. They are our sports plan sponsors, and tonight they include Mead Lumber, Justin Thompson Agency, Team Physical Therapy, Geared for Sports, Duda Plumbing, Custer Federal State Bank, Gateway Motors, Grocery Cart, Trotter Service, High Street Insurance and Financial Services, Arrow Seed, Nebraska State Bank, Melham Medical Center, Sargent Irrigation, Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, Taylor Heating and Cooling, Palmer Monument, Agland ATV, Rods Body and Paint, Shelter Insurance, Broken Bow Dental, and Central Nebraska Diesel. So again, South Loop, they go 2-0 tonight. Sand Hills Valley got a win. They finish 1-1 here at the Triangular, which included South Loop, Twin Loop, and Sand Hills Valley. That's going to wrap it up for us tonight. For Jack Simpson behind the camera, for Larry Kottner, for myself, and for all the sponsors that made the broadcast possible, thank you for listening.
For listening to our coverage of high school sports. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Also, a special word of thanks goes out to our sponsors who make our coverage possible. You too can thank those businesses by allowing them to be a service to you. Join us again next time for our continuing coverage of high school sports. In the meantime, read more on SandhillsExpress.com from Central Nebraska's sports source. Your unique rock station, KBBN Broken Bow.
CBS News Brief. The government is still shut down. No end in sight, even though the Senate goes back to work tomorrow. CBS's Willie James Inman.
The vice president indicated yesterday that the White House is talking to members of both parties to bring an end to this shutdown. We, of course, know there will be a vote in the Senate tomorrow on that continuing resolution.
The 3-2 pitch swung on, and a little blooper to right field. That's a base hit. Bo's going to win. Coming in to score the winning run is Caden McKean, and Broken Bow wins the Mid-Nebraska League Championship game in walk-off fashion. Carter Johnson, a little flare to right field, found the outfield grass, and Broken Bow has won the Mid-Nebraska League Championship.
He's just a strong opponent for any wrestler. I mean, undefeated state champ last year in the state finals the year before, a three-time state medalist, and there, a really nice takedown. Good fluid motion by a guy that's wrestling 195 pounds.
Brady Skinner with it, up top. Bay at the buzzer, hits the three. Nice-looking shot.
To Folkers, back at the Grant, long three, got it!
Nice. Cash attacks. Double, almost triple teamed, out to Connell, deep three. Wow. Hit it. That's a three for South Loop.
I have to make sure I set my cruise control when I drive after I watch this event.
Yeah, exactly. Car 204, the Yellow Viper of Ryan Firstenow.
Oh.
Hello to all our viewers out there. Thank you very much for tuning in. You get a look at where we're talking to you from.
You get second, 6, and now 5. Pandorf atop of the key 3. Good! Pandorf at the buzzer. Johnson hammered out towards center. Holm going back. Holm will dive, and did he make the catch? He did! Caden Holm, a diving catch across his body to the right.
Ball comes out of there. Who's going to hop on top of it? It's going to be scooped up by Cooksley. Inside the 30, the 20, 15, 10. Can he get there? He can. It's 6 points for Sandhills. Thedford on defense. The scoop and score.
Calero sends it in the corner to Santos. A 3, got it. His third from downtown in the quarter.
With the bounce, gets it into Ryan.